at Coletco for Saturday night's live Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. And sorry, we are 54 minutes late. Oh my gosh. But we're here now, so there's nothing to fret about. Nothing absolutely to worry about. Okay, Craig's on. Carlene, Alex, love to see it. Thank you. Welcome. Let's get this thing shared and let everybody know we're on. Sometimes if we start at a different time than we normally do, then it performs better. Notifications do. So let me get this shared. Let me go over here to Chad first. Let me do the Chad Williams account. Seth just showed up late as always. Let's see here. A lot of records. Let's do Nashville and let's do... Okay, so those are all... Now let me get it copied. And I'm going to reply to all these people and let them know that I'm going to share the link and be like, sorry, I was late. No, so I'll tell you all about the pinball machines in just a second. I'll explain that story. Let me get links sent to everybody. And boom, 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 boom. And time does change tonight. So actually, it's already 9 o'clock. Good gracious. I don't like that, to be honest with you, chat. Okay. Yeah, it's already technically it's already 9 o'clock. It's already 10 o'clock on the East Coast if you take into consideration we got a time change tonight. So let me get this situated. Let me move my camera up a little bit. And let's go through a crate of new vinyl we've got for tonight, which we've got some really cool stuff. That's records we've already showed a couple times this week. It feels like where we missed a sale in a row, having a night off is kind of strange for me sometimes because I feel like we're starting a new week. So Tanner, the sheets are on that for pre-sold. I'll let everybody get on. Please go ahead and share. Please go ahead and share if you haven't already. Let me set up our first crate of new vinyl up on the table. And pinball. So let me put this up here first. What happened was, of course, I've been looking at a couple pinball machines for a long time. One, they're kind of hard to find if you're looking for a vintage one you really want. You know, it's not like you just get online and buy one. You have to find one and you got to go get it. You got to make sure it's working. Now, the new ones, which I'm very interested in, those are quite expensive. So it's like a pretty big decision. I mean, you know, you start spending $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, $12,000 on something. It's kind of like picking out a car. You know, you want to make sure you really like it. So we went to this arcade where I knew a lot of the ones I've been looking at for years. Like I've been wanting a Twilight Zone pinball machine probably since I was a kid. First time I've ever been in front of one. I was like, wow, there it is. And of course, I played it, and I was like, yeah, I got to have this. But then there's some that I never thought I'd get an opportunity to play, like Metallica. That's a $10,000 machine. The Rush, or $12,500. So, yeah, I spent a lot of time playing these. I'm eventually going to buy one, but at this point, I like so many, it's like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to pick one out. Those pinball machines are not cheap. The new ones by Stern, you know, they start at like $7,500 and go up. So, and then the vintage ones, One, I don't think they're as fun. They're more collectible, more just for eye appeal and collectability. Some of them are fun, like from the 60s and 70s. But the Twilight, starting in the 90s with that Twilight Zone and everything up from there, those are the ones I really like. So, very tough decision, though. How much is Facelift? Facelift is $36.99. But yeah, that's a great place. I mean, I spent $40 and I played for almost over 3 hours. And yeah, and I played nonstop too. What time they close tonight? 1 or 2 a.m. We might can go squeeze a couple hours of play in. But yeah, I basically put in a $20 bill. I got 20 tokens. I played on that for like well over an hour and a half. I spent a lot of time just walking around looking at them because I was like, man, I've never been in a place with this many pinball machines, especially ones I've been wanting to buy and I've just seen pictures of. So I spent a lot of time walking around, but I played Metallica and Rush probably combined, those two, for an hour. So yeah, if you get a chance, go out there. All right, let's start with this crate here. Let me start from the middle here and try to, well, I'll start from the back as usual. I got some stuff to get worked out before. There's a lot of records in here. So a lot of new vinyl in this first crate. We have Bill Withers' Greatest Hits. This is $49.99. This is from Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. You will hear a lot of people say this record sounds amazing, and it does. If you don't have one already, they are $49.99. This is Bill Withers' Greatest Hits from Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. This is $49.99. Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, $49.99. If you don't have one of these already, now's the chance. Mr. Ed Beck, I don't know if you're watching, but I have one of these pulled for you. He's out of town. Sometimes he tunes in. I've got one set aside for you. There's one for John Ambrosic. And I have another one if anybody wants one. Bill Withers' Greatest Hits. Please get that. You'll thank me later. There's one left. I think I've already got mine pulled, I hope, from a few weeks ago. Sisters of the Mercy. Here's the other album, First and Last and Always. I hope that this is the one I'm sold out of, so I got a few more of these. First, Last, and Always. That's another MoFi pressing from Sisters of Mercy. That is $39.99. And here's one I have not ever had before. It's a new repress from MoFi, Miles Davis Bitches Brew, and this is $69.99. It's also numbered, and that is a 2LP, 45 RPM. Miles Davis Bitches Brew, 2LP, 45 RPM. That is $69.99. Do you have any Kiss Unmasked? No, that restock recently came in. I got about 30 of them, Andrew. They all got sold out. I got 10 more in. We sold all those, and then when I tried to order more, we couldn't get them anymore. So those are all gone. Those are all gone. So Miles Davis, Sisters of Mercy, Bill Withers. Here's the newest release. Here's the newest release from Music on Vinyl for this week. 90s Movie Hits Collected. 90s Movie Hits Collected. This is a limited edition, 2,000 numbered copies on green and yellow vinyl. These are $46.99. Thank you. And here's the pre-order for that. Jerry Pinnock, Stacy Metternich, Jerry Stone, John Sheehan, Jamie Sperling, Ryan Rice, Brian White, Matt Algram, Bob Madon, Gerard C., Trista Ward, Jennifer Stem, Susie Breedlove, Paul Brothers, and Troy Robinson. If you got the 80s movie hits, this is the 90s. So all the hit movies from the 90s. Hey, look, this is one of the few places, as a Bond fan, I can tell you this for sure. One of the few places you can get Tina Turner's GoldenEye theme on vinyl. I think there's a 12-inch single, but of course the GoldenEye, the Pierce Brosnan films, that was the first soundtracks that they never did produce on vinyl. I'm hoping Music on Vinyl does it at some point. They need to do all the late 90s and 2000s Bond movies. That is 90 movies collected. Those are $46.99. That's a 2LP. Cameron Nance wants a 90s. Anybody else, let me know. $46.99. I've also got, speaking of Kiss, I was looking through the vintage stuff last night that John priced, and there's a whole slew of Kiss records, including Creatures of the Night and Shrink Wrap. So we got some Kiss records to auction tonight. 90s movies hits collected. Those are $46.99. Jeff H. put Festival. Did I miss something there? Let me know if I did. Okay, I've got two Overkill albums. I'm going to show them at the same time. These are $36.99. This is Live in Oberhausen. This is Volume 1 and Volume 2. This is Overkill. It's a live show, Volume 1, Volume 2. This is an official release on green, orange and green splatter, and these are $36.99. $36.99. There's volume 1 and volume 2. So I've got 2 sets of both volumes. Overkill. Overkill's been popular lately. I've got several Overkill titles in this crate. There's the first one, $36.99. Someone asked, do we have 80s movie hits? I think I've got one left. I do. I've got one left, and I think I can get more. Michelle, if you want it, here it is. And if anybody else wants an 80s, let me know, and I'll try to order more and put you on the wait list. So here's the 80s movie hits collected. It's $44.99, and that's a good one. We sold a ton of those, 44. And then if you want to complete the set, we got the 90s as well. So Overkill is 36 and 36. That's for volume 1 and 2. I have those available. And we got a restock of Korn's first album. Korn self-titled from Music on Vinyl, $56.99. That is Korn self-titled, $56.99. Music on Vinyl. I have 2 of those available. But Michelle Phillips wants the 80s movie hits collected. That's sold to Michelle. And here's an Overkill White Devil Armory. White Devil Armory. Featuring what color vinyl? Neon green with black splatter. That is $39.99. Tracy Miller wants a 90s. Tracy Miller wants a 90s movies, and we'll put Amy down for an 80s. Gotcha. So I've got 3 90s movie hits collected still available if anybody wants one of those. All right, Korn, Overkill. I've only got one of these. Testament, The Gathering. That is $34.99 for Testament, The Gathering. And Thrice. This may be a new, what is this? There's some new releases in here. The Illusion of Safety. Thrice, $28.99, 20th anniversary electric blue vinyl. Martin Pryor, first on Testament. Got some Testaments and Overkill and some metal restocks. I'm going to skip that Testament from right now. And I want to let everybody know, if you ordered the Rush box set with us, they're all in. $59.99 for Rush self-titled. That is $59.99 for Rush self-titled. The last people on the waiting list were Brian C., Steve Howe, Deborah Devaney, Floyd Furman, and Tony Shore. So, I don't know how many, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We got over a dozen available of Rush self-titled, $59.99. I'm going to do an unboxing video tonight to try to figure out what grammage this is. Discogs still has it under this barcode as 200. And of course, what we've realized the last 2 weeks, these manufacturers really messed up these barcodes, printing 180 under 200 gram barcodes. So it's pretty much a variant within. So if you scan this right now, it will come back as 200 gram. And when this initially wasn't in stock, right before we got the notification that we were getting them, they were $150 plus on Discogs. And I don't know, I never did check if that was new or sealed, but of course these are sealed. I don't know what grammage. Buy it as if it's 180, but still, that's the only version of Rush self-titled that's in stock. And one more note, is I look for Rush albums all the time. Even 80s represses of this album are few and far between right now. It's incredible. It's like you can't get online and find one, a nice one, for under $50 or $60. If you do, you're lucky, and you might want to grab it. Okay, so we already pulled Martin Pryor's Testament. Next is Dwayne Sevilla on Thrice. Let's pull that for Dwayne. Korn is black vinyl. Yes, Korn is black vinyl. That's the newest Music on Vinyl unlimited version. Unlimited meaning black vinyl. They're going to keep it in print for a while. $56.99. Scott Fairchild wants a Rush, and so does Doug Jeppesen. What's all in the Rush? You know, I don't really know myself. I posted that in the group, but that's why I want to do an unboxing video, because I always do any kind of Rush box set as an unboxing video, because I'm going to keep one for myself. And there we have it. So Deborah Devaney, can we check to see if she has a Rush on her list? If not, let's put her name down for one. We will have to check. I don't know if we even have everything keyed in yet for this week. Martin Pryor wants a White Devil Armory from Overkill. That's sold to Martin Pryor. Alvo Dabney also wants a Rush box set. The rest of them are over there, Tanner. We might have to grab a couple more, especially for when I go back through this crate. So let's put Alvo Dabney down for one. Jason Dobb wants a Korn self-titled. Deborah, we're going to check on that for you. Peter Pulicino wants a 90s movies collected. We have 2 of those. James Cohorn Rush is $59.99. Rush is $59.99. Used to go to Papa event in Pittsburgh with Pinball Nirvana. Yeah. I've always been, I mean, I've bought and sold, since I've been buying antiques and collectibles, I've bought and sold probably 20 pinball machines. Some were just unbroken, or some were broken and literally, I had one when I opened the play field, there were literally mice living in it. I've had some I've dug out of barns that I've sold on eBay for parts and pieces. I've had some really nice ones, like a Batman that I regret selling. And I wish I still had it, honestly. That was a very fun game. But like I said, it's not really a lot of, when people usually get pinball machines, they don't really sell them. And the new ones are like $10,000. So it's an expensive hobby. That's why I have zero personally. But I'm definitely in the market for a Metallica one. I'm just not ready for sure if I'm ready to spend $10,000 on one. That's a lot of money. But I'm sure it's a great investment. I mean, one or two things. When you go to resell it, it's probably still going to be worth $10,000, if not more. I don't think there's some of those really high-end pinball machines, I don't think if you're going to buy them, they're not going to lose value. So if you ever need to sell it or decide you want to sell it, you can get a lot of play out of it, and probably you won't lose a lot of money. You'll at least probably be able to get your money back. So, okay, the Testament that was in here, it was called The Gathering. It was called The Gathering. Chuck Taylor, we've already sold that. Alvo? No. Deborah? Okay, so Deborah, we've got you down for a Rush box set. Alvo Dabney. Okay, next is, let's see, Judas Priest. Judas Priest is $34.99. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. $34.99. Sad Wings of Destiny. Would you spend $10 on a laser turntable? No, I wouldn't. I would spend a lot of money on a good turntable if I could demo it. If I could demo it. I'd want to hear it first. Iggy and the Stooges, Raw Power. This is live. This is a new release. Iggy and the Stooges, Raw Power, live in the hands of fans. I don't know if it's an unofficial. It definitely looks like one, but this had a new release date for Friday, which was yesterday, $26.99. Okay, so Craig just posted what's in the Rush box set. Let me go over here as well and show y'all that post. They're $59.99. Rush, let's see here. Housed in a sturdy custom, lift up top. Let's see, direct metal mastering. 16 by 22 reproduction of the first Rush promo. 5 by 7 lithographs. A 12 by 12 Rush family tree. Yeah, it looks like it has some lithographs, a poster, a Rush family tree, and some kind of, looks like a film reel of some sort. So that's the contents of the Rush box set. That's the contents of the Rush box set. Okay, Austin wants one. There's one for Austin. And here's another Testament. This is Testament Pinomic. $34.99. Testament Pinomic, $34.99. Bush, live in Tampa, $31.99. That's a 2LP red vinyl. Bush, live in Tampa, $31.99. And Tool Lateralis. We had a used one the other night. Here is the 2LP picture disc, $46.99. Chuck Taylor first on Testament. So what I did, I ordered a couple Testament albums really to show and take waiting list on. Whoever wants this one, claim it. It looks like Chuck Taylor does. And then I'll go back through the other ones that we have. This is Chuck Taylor's, I believe. Let me reset my chat right quick. Now that I think I'm focused and ready to actually figure out what's going on here. Amy's wants a 90s movies collected. There's one sold for Amy. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Do you have another gathering? I don't, but I can put you on a waiting list. I can put you on a waiting list. Okay, let's see. Mike Vandergeet's first on Tool. Now, I skipped over this one because we showed several Testament records in a row. So if you want this one, comment Souls. This is Souls of Black from Music on Vinyl. This is $48.99. Souls of Black, and there was a waiting list for this one. Music on Vinyl, and that was Ken Crooker, Darren Wortman, and Jamie Butler. Ken Crooker, Darren Wortman, and Jamie Butler, and this is $48.99. I've got two of those if anybody wants one, and I can get more. I had these forever. I think what happened, we got a lot of new people on now that wasn't with us maybe 6 or 8 months ago, but I had like at one time 10 of these in stock, and I had to discount them. So I guess we have new people watching though, but we've had that one for a while. We've had it for a while, and then I kind of don't stock stuff, and then I bring it back, and a lot of people want it. and then I have to order a bunch. So this one sold to Brett, and I have one more if anybody else wants it. That's $48.99 for Testament. And Aaron Jolly wants on Testament the Gathering waiting list, and so does David Schroeder. That's Testament the Gathering, David Schroeder and Aaron Jolly. The new Miley Cyrus album, $36.99. It's not as expensive as I thought. I guess I was looking at something else, but $36.99. Miley Cyrus. What is this one called? Endless Summer Vacation. $36.99. She's certainly a lot different looking than when she was Hannah Montana. Korn, Life is Peachy, $49.99. Korn, Life is Peachy, $49.99. Korn, Life is Peachy. That is $49.99. They were $38.99. Did they go up? On Testament, I'm pretty sure these have been either $46 or $48.99 for a while. I will check on that though, Jamie. I know they're for sure $48.99 is what we have those stickered for. I don't know, either I misset a price one night or you misheard me, but I'll check on that. Let's see, Jason Daub on Korn, Life is Peachy. That's sold to Jason Daub and Eli Tomlinson on Miley. Okay, here's Tool Theory Inoculum just as a 3 LP. This is just as a 3 LP black vinyl. These are $74.99. That's 3 LP black vinyl Tool Theory Inoculum. We are now sold out of the $80 box sets, but I'm sure somebody at one point will want that. $74.99 for Tool Theory Inoculum. This is Subhumans. This is a new release or a new reissue. Time Flies plus Rats. Is that what that says? $26.99. Time Flies plus Rats. Subhumans is $26.99. Mike Vandergit says he'll take a Tool. You gotta try to. I'll always keep Tool in my bins, but no more box sets for a while for sure. Silk Sonic, $33.99. Atlantic 75th anniversary. This is a new. This has been out before. I guess it's a new version. I'm not for sure, but that is $33.99. Chad Souls of Black on my last invoice was $38.99. Okay, I need to check on that then. I guess maybe the waiting list was a different version, or I got them somewhere else. You know, sometimes I have to get these music on vinyl pressings from different places, and if I can't get it direct, then they cost me more. But I'll check on that. So, whoever got one tonight on the waiting list, I'll make a note of that. So, Yvette on Subhumans, that's a sold to Yvette, and George Buchanan on Silk Sonic. Okay, this is a lot of activity in this first crate. We're definitely going to have to go back through this and maybe show some of the stuff we have a waiting list for. As I see people are now finally starting to get on. We got 194 viewers. Sorry we were late. We were actually pricing and tagging all this stuff. New release, William Shatner, The Blues on pink vinyl, $26.99. I was playing a Star Trek pinball machine last night. I did a couple plays on it. $26.99, pink vinyl, William Shatner, The Blues, and Tool Undertow. $36.99 for Tool Undertow. That was $36.99. Sherry Darnell, put her on a waiting list for Silk Sonic. Sherry, I'll put you on a wait list for Silk Sonic. And Korn Untouchables. Korn Untouchables, $33.99. Korn Untouchables is $33.99. Mike Vandergit's on Tool. Mike, I've got you down for 2 Tool albums tonight. Let me know. Oh, this is the third one. I just showed Undertow. My bad. So Mike is 3 for 3 on the Tool albums. Jamie, I will make sure I get that down for the right price on your invoice. So Sherry Darnell on that. Nick Pullen wants Silk Sonic. Mike Vandergits gets Tool. There's Nick Pullen's William Shatner. And let me see here. What else did I miss? Patty, would you give him my order fixed? Patty, I have no knowledge of that. That's probably something Josh was working on. I have no knowledge of that, but we will make a note to look into it. BG's Timeless, the all-time greatest hits, $41.99. I think Mr. Jedit was on a waiting list for this. BG's Timeless, that was for Jedit, yes. Jedit, I've got you down for one of those. That's a 2LP BG's Hits. That is $41.99. And a restock of Overkill, Taken Over. That's on pink marbled vinyl, $34.99. Overkill, Taken Over, $34.99. George Buchanan takes the Bee Gees. That was a lot of activity in that first crate. Let me go to the back of the crate and restart, and then there's some stuff we have waiting list on. I'm going to announce those again because there were some new releases in here like Miley and William Shatner and some stuff I only ordered one copy of that I didn't get time to post pre-orders for. There's so many new releases every week. Also in our group, I'm going to make Sundays. Now that everybody knows Sundays, there's no post in the group. I'm going to use that day just to post pre-orders for everything that's probably going to be released, especially the upcoming week. So no group post. And also, we have almost 5,000 people in our group now. And there's a lot of people in there that I don't know who they are. And they post a lot. And I don't think they even watch our shows. So I'm just going to start automatically declining those people or remove them. So those that post in there that are customers that we know, you're still welcome to post. But that group is very important for us to be able to post pre-orders. And if there's a lot of activity, the chances of you seeing that pre-order goes way down, which means you're going to miss a pre-order and we're going to miss sales. So we're going to have to really start restricting what we post there, especially shared article links, stuff that's not really what you're buying or what you're listening to. We're getting a lot of activity in our group. We almost have 5,000 members in there now. So Sundays, no post whatsoever, so I can work on pre-orders. And that will be all day and then probably some of Monday too. But that group is a place where you can share stuff you bought from us, what you're listening to, questions, polls, whatever you want to talk about. But as long as you're a customer, there's a lot of people in there that I don't know who they are. They're posting all the time, and I'm like, who are these people? They've never even, I'll go back and look, they never even commented on our live stream before. So we're about to start removing some of those people. They find us through our Facebook ads, and they join our group, and I'm hoping that maybe they find our shows, but some people just are in there, and I don't know who they are. So, all right, one more time through this bin. Also, we need to pull, wait a minute, George Buchanan got a BG's. Put Paul Brothers down on the William Shatner waiting list. We need to put Tony Shore down for a Tool Undertow. Brett Mylin on Overkill. That's sold to Brett. Are they ever going to repress Tool Nima? Doubt it. If it is, it'll be a huge announcement. That's never been pressed on vinyl since the original release. Stacy wants on the waiting list for the BGs. Stacy, you will get that the following Monday. So it'll be a while before you see that on your invoice, but we'll get it for you. All right, so Bill Withers' Greatest Hits, I promise you. Fantastic sounding record, $49.99. Sisters of Mercy, First, Last, and Always, that is $39.99. I have not had this before. This is Miles Davis Bitches Brew, $69.99. 2 LP, 45 RPM from MoFi, $69.99. I don't know what kind of analog master or kind of mastering this has. I'm assuming it's DSD. I don't really know. They've stopped putting stickers on them again, unless it's on the back. Have they started putting it on the back? No, there's no source on this. I'm assuming it's digital transfer, but I don't know. Okay, so Paul Brothers on the Miley Cyrus. The Rush box set is 1 LP. There's 1 LP in the Rush box set. It's pretty much just the LP, and then it comes with some poster, lithograph, photos. It's really just the album, but they put some extra material in it. And that's the only version that's in print. Miles Davis to Mike Vandergits and Tony Shore. Both Miles Davis are sold. Okay, last copy of 90s Movies Hits Collected. These came in. We've already sold 4 or 5. I've got 1 left to tag, and then we'll have to do a waiting list. This is 90s Movie Hits Collected, 2000 on green and yellow vinyl. That is $46.99. Jimmy Ball takes the last Bill Withers. If anybody else wants one of those, let me know. I've once again got to order more. And Cameron Nance wants one as well. So there's our waiting list. Jimmy Ball also wants 90s Movie Hits Collected. Here's the first Overkill titles I showed that I still have. This is 2 different volumes of a live show. Horoscope Volume 1 and Feel the Fire Volume 2. That's live over Hassan. That's on colored vinyl. Those are $36.99 for Volume 1 and Volume 2 each. Last copy of Korn, self-titled, $56.99. That's music on vinyl, 2 LP. Only version of that that's in print. Overkill, White Devil Armory, last copy, also on colored vinyl, neon green with black splatter, $39.99. John Ambrosic also on the Miles Davis. That's Miles Davis Bitches Brew waiting list. And here's the Rush box set. We now have, I've got 1 set aside for me to do a video on, and that's 2, 4, 6. I've got 7 left. Rush self-titled, $59.99. I'm telling you, for a remastered copy of this album in a box set form, I would get that before they become unavailable. You know, box sets are not like a lot of pressings, a lot more cost and time to manufacture these. They're more prone to go out of print a lot longer than just a regular LP jacket. So I've got about 7 of those left. Jay Condi wants the White Devil Armory. That's from Overkill. John Duran. So tonight we had 90s movie hits collected, and a lot of people who didn't know it missed out on the 80s movie hits collected, which is, I think, even better. So if you want on that waiting list, let me know. I'm probably going to go ahead and order a bunch of those. There's a rush for Jimmy Ball. And Linda Hasty, right now I've got you down for 2, if not 3. Linda Hasty, I've got you down for 2, if not 3. So please let me know how many you want, because I've got you down for 2 right now. And then we need to pull one for George Buchanan and Dennis Nelson. I'll go ahead and grab those. George Buchanan and Dennis Nelson. I have a feeling we're going to sell out of this title tonight, and then I'm going to regret not ordering more. I ordered so many other Rush titles. I've got way too many in stock now. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I've probably got 100 copies of Power Windows. I don't plan on discounting them anytime soon, though. Probably like, it'll be a long time, so. But we'll definitely need them. Probably be like a year or longer before I discount any Rush. Okay, so we got one for Jimmy Ball. Linda wants 2 more. I didn't grab enough. There's one for Dennis Nelson, and there's one for Alan Johnson. I did grab enough. So how many do I have left? I've got 2 left. I've got 2 left, and we need one for Felix. So yeah, I've got 1 left, it looks like. I do think I've got mine set aside. Yeah, 4 total. Yeah, that's 2 right there. All right, so we got 1 left. We got 1 left after Felix. I don't know if I showed this earlier. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. Judas Priest is $34.99. Sad Wings of Destiny, $34.99. I do have Permanent Waves in stock. That is $39.99 for Permanent Waves. Iggy and the Stooges, Raw Powered, live in the hands of fans. That had a street date. That is $26.99. Alvo Dabney takes the last one. If anybody else wants a Rush, it's now a waiting list, unless we miscounted. Bush Live in Tampa is $31.99. Bush Live in Tampa is $31.99. Last copy of Testament, Souls of Black. And this one, if you were on the waiting list, I will figure it out. But this is $48.99. $48.99. I do have Caress of Steel. I have Permanent Waves. I've got Hemispheres, Farewell to Kings, Power Windows, Hold Your Fire, Moving Pictures, 2112. And I'm sure I'm forgetting something else that I can't remember. Korn, Life is Peachy. That is $49.99. Music on vinyl. And Untouchables by Korn. So 3 Korn titles in there. There's Untouchables, $33.99. And Overkill, Pink Marbled Vinyl, $34.99. Chris Kirkley wants on the Rush waiting list. Doug Jefferson wants a Caress of Steel. We have those in stock. And Austin wants a Permanent Waves pulled. We got it. So we'll just have to go find those. They're around here somewhere. I know we have Caress of Steel in stock. I know we have Permanent Waves in stock. And then Chris Wood Sr. and Dwayne Sevilla, I'm going to put you down on the Rush waiting list if that's okay. If that's okay. Because I'm going to definitely order more. I mean, I'm going to keep those in stock. I'm going to definitely keep that in stock if I can. Okay, let's see what we got over here. I've got our first crate of new vintage arrivals, which is all check condition stuff. Let's go through these first. Let's see here. Yep, I'm just going to, I don't know how many auctions we're going to run tonight. Seth, I think I've been through, I don't know if there's any new Japanese stuff. If not, then we probably won't run too many auctions tonight. We'll just focus on our crates and go through stuff a lot faster, which sometimes we do that. We don't run any auctions. We just keep stuff rolling. So, okay, new arrivals. We've got, make sure I didn't miss anything, Caress of Steel, any more Tool. Any Tool title right now is a waiting list. We just sold out of all of our new arrivals. I don't have any more box sets until I clean out our storage room. I got to take inventory on box sets because we have a lot, actually, of different things. We still got Led Zeppelin Mothership. We got Dokken box sets. We got other Rush box sets. We got, what else do we have? We got Rush Moving Pictures box sets, by the way. We hadn't shown those in a long time. And Angela Leckington wants a Rush Farewell to Kings. So, okay. Incense and Peppermints, the Strawberry Alarm Clock, VG Plus, $39.99. VG Plus, $39.99 on Incense and Peppermints. $27.99. EX, Frampton Comes Alive, $27.99 on Frampton Comes Alive. Nice cover, not a lot of ring wear. EX on the vinyl. Iris Muhammad, Turn This Mother Out. That's an EX copy, $24.99. And we have Buddy Knox, Party Doll and Other Greatest Hits. VG Plus, $9.99 for Buddy Knox. Led Zeppelin is a VG Plus, $49.99. This is a OG Presswell pressing with RL. This is with Bob Ludwood mastering. 1973 Presswell OG VG Plus, $49.99. Glenn Martin wants Idris Muhammad. That's sold to Glenn. Can we get a price check on all one, Seth, for Led Zeppelin Mothership? If you don't mind to take a look at those, I think Seth can handle that for us. Led Zeppelin 3 is a VG copy for $19.99. This is another OG, 1970 CTH Terre Haute. The vinyl is in VG condition though. So back-to-back Zeppelins there. Both are OG pressings, check condition. The Fifth Dimension is EX $12.99. Led Zeppelin Motherships are $139.99. $139.99 if anybody wants those. All the pre-orders are filled for Rush, yes. Rush box sets, yes. Let's see. So Doug, let me know which Led Zeppelin you want. Houses are 3. And Fifth Dimension, we have Young Americans, David Bowie, VG Plus $29.99. Original tan label, VG Plus $29.99 for David Bowie. Who do we have here? The Meters, Fire on the Bayou. VG Plus $44.99. Does have some seam splits. And that's a VG Plus $44.99. Doug Jefferson wants Houses of the Holy. That's sold to Doug Jefferson. And Led Zeppelin 3, condition of the cover. The cover is also VG, maybe flirting with, not VG minus, but it does have some wear. The vinyl is VG, and it is a 1970. It's a VG copy, $19.99. Doug got the House of the Holy. Roger Ramjet, first on the Meters. Aaron, you were second to Idris. Glenn Martin had already claimed that. Boston's first album, self-titled, VG Plus $24.99. Original label. Colin Butler's going to take Led Zeppelin 3. That's only if John Young passes. John Young has dibs on that right now. Nas, VG Plus $39.99. This is a 1969 Monarch press on red vinyl. VG Plus $39.99. VG Plus 69 Monarch. Gil Scott-Heron and Brian Jackson from South Africa to South Carolina. EX copy $44.99 on Arista Records. $44.99 on that. Planet P is a VG Plus $14.99. Planet P, VG Plus $14.99, self-titled. Loretta Lynn's Coal Miner's Daughter, $19.99. EX on the vinyl. This is the original release on Decca. Original release on Decca, $19.99. The Vandals, When in Rome, Do As the Vandals. That's a VG Plus $24.99 for the Vandals. Glenn is actually going to pass on that Idris Muhammad, so give that to Aaron Gardner instead. Early Dallas Hip Hop. This is called, well, it's VG Plus $29.99. It's from 1997. And what is this actually called? Something Fresh. Get Off Me Records. Oak Cliff. Early Dallas Hip Hop. That's what you have there. Okay, so first new claim out of here was Amy Hutchings on Loretta Lynn. John Duran was second. Mike Vandergent's third. Dennis Nelson first to the Vandals. That was right here. That's so to Dennis. Craig was second. Jimmy Ball, you were fourth on Loretta Lynn, and Jeff was fifth. Ray Manzarek. I got it right this time. This is really Ray Manzarek, not Ray Manzara. Ray Manzarek, the whole thing started with rock and roll, and now it's out of control. That's an EX copy, $19.99. Mahavishnu is a VG copy, $19.99. Is that what that says? No, that's not what that says. This says Mana, not Mahavishnu. I don't know where I came up with that. This is a Sesame Street record. Completely different. As heard on Sesame Street. Mana. First thing that came to mind when I seen that was Mahavishnu. I was way off. Yeah, let me find a couple of those Kiss records. I will put those up for auction. We got some cool stuff in our new vintage arrivals tonight. It looks like he's digging into the beef of the the beef of the Dallas collection. As you see, we had a couple, I think, Dallas records already in there tonight. Let me see, where are those Kiss? Here we go. Creatures of the Night. Let's start with this one right here. In shrink wrap, 1982 PRC press. This is going to be an OG copy in shrink wrap. Kiss Creatures of the Night. I remember seeing this in Dallas. There's the original inner sleeve. The vinyl is super clean. Super clean. There'll be some activity on this one. Really clean, near mint minus copy of Kiss Creatures of the Night. There's the original inner sleeve. There's the cover in shrink wrap, and this is a $45 start. Uh-oh, it's got something else too. It has something I don't think went with it originally, but it's in here. This is some kind of Kiss something. This isn't original to it. Maxim magazine and a Kiss. Is that a sticker? It is. It's a Kiss sticker from that, including Rock and Roll All Night as featured in promos for that 70s show. That's interesting. But yeah, that's a really nice copy. And it's OG Creatures of the Night. That is now up for bid. Let me see if I didn't miss anything in here. I think Colin Butler wants the Mana. That's sold to Colin Butler. That's right here. And Mike Vandergent's first on Ray Manzarek. Yvette, we've already sold Mana. Kiss 45, 45, 45, 55, 55, 46, 66. Let me grab a bottle of water. I'm definitely going to need it. I didn't drink enough. I drank a Red Bull when I was playing pinball. Boy, I was focused. I was sweating. My wrists were sore this morning from leaning on the machines for so long. Seth, you think you can beat any of my high scores? And then on the way home, I watched tutorials. I was like, man, how do you beat some of those things? You know, pinball is very complex. They have levels and objectives. And, you know, I was watching these guys these professionals balance the ball on the flipper. And, you know, it's just not like slapping it around. It's like some skill to it. Very, very complex. Especially some of those things. I mean, there's levels and all kinds of stuff. The Holly's Greatest Hits, EX copy, $17.99. So I've unlocked the beast. Now I'm going to have 10 or 12 pinball machines here in the store before long. I'll start buying them left and right. There'll be trucks every day backing up to the store. Jim Croce is a quadraphonic, VG Plus, $29.99. Jim Croce Photographs and Memories, his greatest hits. Jim Croce Photographs and Memories, his greatest hits. That's a VG Plus, $29.99. $29.99. The Buckinghams. This is in shrink wrap. EX $27.99. Sears price tag $27.99. Mono. This looks like something John Young would buy. In shrink wrap. Sears price tag. That's got his name written all over it. $27.99. Freakin' at the Freakers Ball. Shel Silverstein. EX $34.99 from 1972. Shel Silverstein at Freakin' at the Freakers Ball. Ain't That Good News. Sam is $74.99. VG Plus $74.99. Ain't That Good News. I hadn't seen one of those in a long time. And Beastie Boys is $74.99. That is an OG Carleton, Georgia press. VG Plus $74.99. Okay, so back up to the Kiss. Eli Tomlinson is the high bidder at $70 on Kiss Creatures of the Night. In shrink wrap, original inner sleeve, near mint minus vinyl. Eli's at $70 on that. Next is Dennis Nelson on Beastie Boys. Excuse me, Kiss is at $72 with Jimmy Ball. Let me see what else I can find the auction. George Buchanan wants the Sam Cooke. And next was John Young making an offer. John, you knew I wasn't going to discount that. George Buchanan was first to it anyway. Okay, I've got some more stuff to auction. Of course, plenty of Kiss. We can only do one Kiss at a time. I just said we wasn't going to have that many auctions, and then I forgot about the stash of Kiss records in here. Let me see what else was in here. Elvis. This is, whenever we go through this crate, it's going to be pretty sweet. There's also a Hotter Than Hell, a Dynasty, and let's run, of course, Buckingham Nicks. We always put these up for auction. Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks did an album together before joining Fleetwood Mac. This is the gatefold version. It is a gatefold. It has a seam split. Yeah, it has a seam split up top here, as you see right there. Has a seam split. The vinyl, very clean, as in near mint minus. We have no condition notes on the vinyl. Very clean copy. Red Polydor gatefold. That's a $50 start. Buckingham Nicks. Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham. That's a $50 start. Kiss is at $75. Let's go through these one more time. Incense and Peppermints. The Strawberry Alarm Clock. VG Plus, $39.99. Let's see. Which guy was in Leonard Skinner? Him? One of these fellas were in Leonard Skinner. What a classic Psych album, though. This is great stuff. VG Plus, $39.99. Buckingham Nicks is a $50 start. Frampton Comes Alive was EX, $27.99. Frampton Comes Alive. Buddy Knox Party Doll is a VG Plus, $9.99. The Fifth Dimension is EX, $12.99. EX, $12.99. That's in shrink wrap. Young Americans, David Bowie. That's a VG Plus, $29.99. Original tan label. VG Plus, $29.99. And Boston is a VG Plus, $24.99. Boston, $24.99. Original Epic label. More Than a Feeling, Peace of Mind. Hopefully everybody has one of those. If not, there's a good start. Naz is a VG Plus, $39.99. 1969 Monarch Press on red vinyl. And Gil Scott-Heron and Brian Jackson, EX copy, $44.99. Planet P, self-titled. Really nice cover. Vinyl is VG Plus, $14.99. Early Dallas Hip Hop. This is a VG Plus, $29.99. I think we figured out to be called Something Fresh. Something Fresh. Oak Cliff is the song, and Snake's Beats, the snake. So it looks like two different artists, maybe. Okay, back up to the top. We had Kiss 75, Been Waiting for Hotter Than Hell. We'll put that up for just a second. Let's see here. Kiss is at 77 with Jimmy Ball. Charlie DeFrank on CT. And that was... CT was what, Charlie? Charlie DeFrank on CT. What's that? Okay, didn't mean to hear that. Yeah, Ed King is Ed King was in Strawberry Alarm Clock, later Leonard Skinner. Buckingham Nicks 50. Tom Ulanowski on Bowie. Let me find that. Where are you, David Bowie? Sell that to Tom Ulanowski. Jeff H. said he'd give $25 for the Oak Cliff. Sure. Go ahead and sell that to Jeff H. for $25. And David Schroeder wants a Strawberry Alarm Clock. All right. Then we had the Hollies Greatest Hits. That is also fantastic. EX, $17.99. Orange Epic label. Some scuffs on that one. Jim Croce's Greatest Hits on Quadraphonic. VG Plus, $29.99. The Buckinghams, Kind of a Drag, in shrink wrap, mono, EX, $27.99. And then Freakers Ball, Shel Silverstein, freaking at the Freakers Ball, EX copy, $34.99. Okay, update on our auctions. Creatures of the Night is on its final call with Jimmy Ball for $77. $77 for Jimmy Ball, and the high bid on Buckingham Nicks is $58. If anybody else wants anything in here, let me know. Shel Silverstein, the Buckinghams, Croce, Hollies, Planet P, Gil Scott-Heron, Naz, Boston, Fifth Dimension, Buddy Knox, and Peter Frampton. I've got plenty more to show you, including lots of cool new vinyl. So let me bring those out. I'm going to put those right there. That crate got almost wiped out. Let me go grab. This one won't take too long because it's only 2 titles, but it's some very popular stuff. And here's one of our surprise restocks. I didn't post this one in the group. Also, I think some people might have some connection problems because we just lost like 40 viewers. So it is raining here in Lebanon, so hopefully we don't have too many connection problems. Boston was $24.99 and Frampton was $27.99. Final call on Kiss, and now Stevie Nicks is at $40. Back in stock, the 2LP, Nirvana Unplugged. This is a 2LP. This is like the more definite version, I believe, that's available in print. Nirvana Unplugged. It's actually cheaper than the single LP, which blows my mind. Nirvana Unplugged is $33.99. This is on 2 LPs. Nirvana Unplugged, $33.99. I was going to post that in the group. Gatefold jacket has the foil on the front and the back. Very well made. That's the one I have in my collection. $33.99 for Nirvana Unplugged. David Eberly wants the Peter Frampton. David Eberly wants the Peter Frampton. Whoever asked about the Boston, just let me know if you want it. It's a VG Plus $24.99. Frampton is sold to David Eberly. Eric Beck wants a Nirvana Unplugged. So does Nigel Rocket and George Buchanan and Yvette. There's one for Yvette. There's one for Bill Toe. There's one for Alvo Dabney. This is the 2LP Gatefold Nirvana Unplugged, back in stock. We've been out of, this one's been out of print probably for a year. Bob McKinney, Paul Brothers, also on a Nirvana Unplugged. Bob McKinney and Paul Brothers, got those names inverted there. There's one for Darren Wortman. There's one for Carol Puckett. Okay, while we're pulling those, let me go ahead and end KISS, Creatures of the Night. KISS Creatures of the Night is sold to, I know it's Jimmy Ball, and that price is $77. $77 to Jimmy Ball. I'm going to lay that right over there for you, Tanner. $77, Jimmy Ball. And the high bid on Buckingham Nicks, is Paul Brothers at $60. If you're not Paul Brothers at $60 on that, you are not the high bidder. Couple more Nirvana claims. Wasn't that Nirvana Music on Vinyl? I don't think Music on Vinyl has ever done any Nirvana titles. Music on Vinyl's never touched their catalog. There's one for Tom Ulanowski. There's one for Michael Harara. There's one for John Duran. Nirvana Unplugged. There's 3 more gone. We had 20 of those. We've had to at least sell 10 right then. How many we got left? Maybe I had 30 come in. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I've got 12 left. Nirvana Unplugged, that's the 2LP version. Only $33.99. I think that's what's crazy about it. I had these back ordered for a long time, and so probably if I were to order more, they will probably be more than that. What happens is I have stuff back ordered from a year ago, and prices on vinyl a year ago are about 20% more. I guarantee the next shipment of these will be like $38.99. That's probably what happened on that Testament earlier. I probably had those back ordered somewhere at a much lower price. When they come back in, that was the ones we had for $38 or $39. Then when they ship again, some things are $10 price jumps. So Amy Hutchings also on a Nirvana. I'll lay one right there. Okay, new release. I've had these before, but this is the new black vinyl. A lot of y'all bought the gold vinyl. Those are done. They were limited edition. Here's the black vinyl. This is $44.99. $44.99. Frank Sinatra Collected. This is a 2LP, the best of Sinatra. We had several people with a pre-order on this. The pre-order was George Buchanan, Van Dandy, Rich Record, Gavin Webster, Jeffrey Butts, Cody Chandler, Cindy Jones, Andrew Sansparino, Bill Walton, Nathaniel Haynes, Stephen Chesney, Richard Allen, and Jack Suslak. That is everybody who already has a Sinatra Collected. Let me say his name again. Sorry, Frank. Frank Sinatra, $44.99. I've got 4 of those left. There's one for Jimmy Ball. I've got 3 left. Buckingham Nicks is sold to Paul Brothers. Paul, you get that for $60. Buckingham Nicks. I've sold these for $50. I've sold these for $60. I think one night we sold one for $175. We had one night in shrink wrap that was pristine. I think it sold for north of $150. That one goes sold to Paul Brothers for $60. Let's see. Dennis Nelson also wants a Sinatra, and David Eberly. There's 2 more Sinatras. Okay. That crate only had 2 titles. Sinatra Collected for $44.99. I've got one left. And the Nirvana Unplugged 2LP gatefold foil cover or foil lettering and trim, I guess. Very nice packaging. That's $33.99. Stephen Tuttle gets the last Frank Sinatra promo. I've never seen a promo copy with insert. I think I've seen an insert with one. Or is it like a promotional insert? If it's a promotional insert, I've never seen that. But for some reason, I want to think I had one time with a lyric insert. I may be wrong, though. Let's run this Kiss Hotter Than Hell. This is a later pressing, it looks like. This is a later pressing. This is still going to be a $35 start. We hardly ever get in pressings of this. Original Casablanca inner sleeve. There's the label. No condition notes on the vinyl. It's very clean. The cover is lightly bent. See the cover? It has a light bow to it. The vinyl is unaffected. Looks like it was on the bottom of a stack for a long time or something. We've checked the vinyl. I pulled it out last night. I was like, that don't look good, but it's as flat as a pancake, as you see right there. This is a $35 start. It's probably a reissue for this would probably be, instead of 1974, it'd probably be late 70s, maybe even early 80s, but don't hold me to that. But it is not a 1974. That's a $35 start for Hotter Than Hell. 2LP Unplugged was $33.99. John Stites put John Stites down for a Sinatra waiting list. And let me grab a crate of new vintage vinyl. Let me see. Bob McKinney's also on the Sinatra waiting list. What do we have in here? Let's go through this crate of vintage. We need to go through more new vinyl because that was just a couple titles, but I've also got vintage to go through here. Let's go through this one. Actually, let me go ahead and do that. Sooner the better on this stuff. Right, Seth? Okay. So we can take waiting list for next week. Kiss 35, 36, and Kiss 40. Let me go through these first. Some good stuff in here. Okay, Leonard Skinner Nebworth. I have one available for $49.99. Stephanie Harder, you were on that waiting list. Stephanie, I've already got one pulled for you. That is 2LP with DVD, $49.99. Let's make sure Martin Pryor is on the Testament Demonic waiting list. Let's make sure Martin Pryor is on that. Actually, I have two Leonard Skinners. I've got two. System of a Down, self-titled, back in stock, $28.99. SOAD, System of a Down, $28.99. We had a waiting list for that. That was John Wilson. John, I've already got you one pulled. David Tate's at $40 on Kiss, final call. 2 copies of Obituary, Slowly We Rot. These are $48.99. Obituary, Slowly We Rot. And I think there was a waiting list for that one too. That was John Sheehan and Jared Benoit. John Sheehan and Jared Benoit. That's for Music on Vinyl, Obituary, Slowly We Rot. That is $48.99. Kiss 40. Eli Tomlinson on System of a Down. Stephen Tuttle on Leonard Skinner. And Hotter Than Hell is at $40 with David Tate. Going once, going twice. Manowar, $44.99. Fighting the World, limited to 1,500 on yellow flaming vinyl. That is $44.99. Manowar, $44.99. Overkill, The Electric Age is $29.99. Overkill, The Electric Age. And this is the deluxe edition. Record Store Day, green vinyl, $29.99 for Overkill. New album from Bush, The Art of Survival, white vinyl with 32-page book, $36.99. $36.99. Gin Blossoms live in concert. Gin Blossoms live in concert, $29.99. That is $29.99. Gin Blossoms live in concert. And then I'm pretty sure I've got a waiting list for this. I'm not for sure where, but I know some people wanted Coldplay, A Rush of Blood to the Head. That is $33.99 for whoever wants that. Are you on my laptop? We need to pull up the first 10 names for Cult Love. They're behind the counter. I will tell everybody who's getting a Cult Love, we still are missing some boxes. I've got 10 copies we're going to tag tonight, and I will read off who the first 10 people were on that list. I hope it's on there. If not, I'll go to the official post and read them off there. We got 10 copies of the Cult to tag. If we don't tag those now, I'll forget about it. And then Bob, I'll let you know if you're one of those first 10. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what I've missed. Okay, we pulled Leonard Skinner for Stephen Tuttle. Weezer Blue. Gary, I've already got you one tagged. Austin, they did not have Weezer Green in stock. I've got them back ordered. That means we don't know when we'll ever get them. Jimmy's at 41 on Kiss. Bob, I'm about to read off the Cult list. David Howard gets a Gin Blossoms Live, and let me read the waiting list for Gin Blossoms Live. Gin Blossoms Live was for Sherry Darnell, Gary Samuels, and Paul Brothers. Sherry Darnell, Gary Samuels, and Paul Brothers. That is Gin Blossoms Live. Those 3 are sold to Sherry Darnell, Gary Samuels, and Paul Brothers. David Howard gets one. Gary was already on the waiting list. Jimmy's out on Kiss. David Tate's at $42. The Nirvana Unplugged was $33.99. Jamie Overkill, those came in earlier this week. So yes, you should already have one because I didn't have anybody left. So you probably already got one earlier this week. Chris Kirkley on the waiting list for Gin Blossoms. So that will be the first person on the waiting list. And Darren Wortman wants the new Bush album. That's the new Bush album, The Art of Survival, white vinyl, $36.99. And, oh, there's more comments. Jason said, hey, I got a Coldplay. I don't have any more Overkill box sets. And I think I've answered everybody's questions. So, these are up for claim. Coldplay, Rush of Blood to the Head, $33.99. Korn, Follow the Leader. There was a waiting list for this. So sometimes we'll see a waiting list later. But, you know, we've already had 4 shows this week, so we might have already called those off. But if you're ever curious, just ask us, and we'll pull that up and make sure you do have one. David Schroeder, I've already got one of these pulled for you. Korn, Follow the Leader, $33.99. That is a final call on Kiss, Hotter Than Hell. That is $42 with David Tate. Leonard Skinner, Nothing Fancy. That's from Analog Productions. Analog Productions, that's a 2 LP cut from the original Analog Masters, $69.99. Alvo Dabney on Coldplay. My laptop's about to die. I better read off this list, Tanner said. Let's see. The Cult. Who's the first 10 people? Let me move this list up. Well, there's a lot of people. I knew I didn't have enough. The first 10 people are Bob Riker. I don't even see your name on here. Are you sure you originally claimed one? The first 10 people I see are, let me highlight 10 names here. Tommy Green, Rich Recore, Stephen Tuttle, Jeff McIntosh, Jeffrey Walker, Doug Jefferson, Scott Smith, Sherry Darnell, Shane McKinney, and Greg Rogers. There you are, Bob. Bob, you're number 17 or so. What number are you there? Bob, you're number 24. So I don't have enough, but they're supposed to be here next week, is what I've been told. So Tommy Green, Rich Recore, Stephen Tuttle, Jeff McIntosh, Jeffrey Walker, Doug Jefferson, Scott Smith, Sherry Darnell, Shane McKinney, and Greg Rogers. Those are the 10 people who's getting the Cult Love on red vinyl this week. And if anybody wants on that list, just comment, and I'll add you to that and make sure you get one eventually. And Stephen Tuttle says he already has one. Okay, so what do we have here? We got Alvo Dabney for Coldplay, Cameron Nance on LS. That's for Leonard Skinner. And we have another one of these somewhere. There's another one of these somewhere. We got one for Paul Brothers as well. They're around here somewhere. I've got them. I've got another one of those. I'll just have to pull it for them. So there's one for Cameron and Paul. I've got you one as well. And next is a new release. This is an unofficial. This is Alice in Chains Freak Show red vinyl California broadcast 1990 and 1992. This is on Killer Cuts. I had a pre-order for this. That was Scott Smith, Scott Snee, Kevin Jordan, Kevin Potter, Mike Massey, Matt Hamilton, Kevin Kubina, Kyle Gregory, and Randy Scarborough. Scott Smith, Scott Snee, Kevin Jordan, Kevin Potter, lots of Scotts and Kevins, Mike Massey, Matt Hamilton, Kevin Kubina, Kyle Gregory, and Randy Scarborough. This is Alice in Chains, $39.99. Let's make sure Jared's on the Cult Love, and Martin Pryor, and Austin says he'll take an Alice in Chains live. And Kiss, Hotter Than Hell, is sold to David Tate for $42. And if you just want to write down Paul's name, I know I have another one of those. I just don't know where they're at right now. We'll just write it down like it's a waiting list, but it's somewhere. I keep those sometimes behind the counter so they don't accidentally get opened up. So, all right, so I've got 2, 4. I've actually got a bunch of these left if anybody wants one. That's on red vinyl. That was posted a long time ago. That got delayed. 10 years after, another new release from Music on Vinyl, a Sting in the Tail. 10 years after, limited to 500 on silver vinyl, $38.99 for 10 years after. I've got 3 of those. Michael Corbel on Alice in Chains. That's a 2 LP live red vinyl unofficial. The 10 years after waiting list was Scott Smith, Sherry Darnell, Jerry Stone, Chris Crowley, and Davey Blair. I've got 3 of those left 10 years after. I'm pretty sure that's the first time on vinyl. Dusty in Memphis. This is strange because it's shrink wrapped. It is sealed. They usually come in a resealable baggie. Dusty Springfield. This is a 2 LP 45 RPM, all analog of Dusty in Memphis, $69.99. Alvo Dabney wants a 10 years after. That's sold to Alvo. Soul Asylum, Grave Dancers Union. Soul Asylum is $38.99, 30th anniversary, gold and black marbled vinyl. 5 or 6 of those available. And all of a sudden, I've got plenty of Days of the New. I've probably got 50 of them now. Days of the New, 2 LP, $49.99. If you or anybody else is looking for this album, there for about 3 months. They were impossible to get it. Everybody that got one got lucky, and then everybody didn't realize they had come out on vinyl. There was a mad rush for them. We have them now, though. 2 LP, $49.99. I think they bumped that one up, too. I think they bumped that one up and said, we got to get more of these pressed ASAP. Next, Kiss auction. I think I got a copy of Dynasty. Let me find Dynasty. There's Rock and Roll, Destroyer. Never mind. This is a remastered copy, but I don't think it's in stock right now. We'll put it up for auction, though. Kiss Dynasty is the 2014 remaster with poster. Let me show you what that looks like. If you've never seen, anytime I say a Kiss remaster, this is what you're going to get. They look exactly like how the originals were pressed. Exact inner sleeves. This is a $20 start. It comes with the gigantic poster, just like the originals. And this is a 2014 remaster, $20 start. That's Kiss Dynasty. That's now up for auction. Near mint copy. Bob McKinney wants a Days of the New. That's sold to Bob McKinney. All right, one more run through that, and then we'll probably go through another crate of vintage right quick. We have Leonard Skinner and Nebworth, 2 LP and DVD, $49.99. System of a Down, $28.99, self-titled. Obituary, Slowly We Rot, music on vinyl, $48.99. Manowar, Fighting the World, $44.99. 3 copies of Overkill, The Electric Age, neon green vinyl, $29.99. Bush, new album, The Art of Survival, white vinyl, $36.99. Coldplay, A Rush of Blood to the Head, $33.99. Korn, Follow the Leader, $33.99. New Alice in Chains Unofficial, Freak Show, 2 LP red vinyl, $39.99. New 10 Years After, A Sting in the Tail, $38.99. Dusty in Memphis, $69.99. Soul Asylum, $38.99. And Days of the New is $49.99. That's 2 LP music on vinyl. We've already pulled one for Bob. Kiss 2020, 22, 20. Cody O'Neill wants a Days of the New. Dynasty 35. Kiss 25, 25, 27, 27. High bid on Dynasty is $35. George has bid $35. He's watching on YouTube. That is George Buchanan. Okay. There's crate number 2.5 down of new vinyl. Let me see what I've got left in here. Let me see what I've got in here. I've got more Kiss. Let me pull these out for auctions later. And let me see what else is in here. Anything else? If not, I'll just leave them in here. This is some really good titles. Yeah, I want to go ahead and go through this crate. Looks like some pretty cool stuff in here. So, right. Kiss 33, Kiss 38. Do you have the new album by Bush called The Kingdom? I don't. No, I don't. I can check on that, though, for you. All right, new vintage arrivals. First come, first serve. This is everything in here is EX Plus to near mint minus. If you see anything you want, claim it. If there's anybody new watching right now, we got a little over 200 people. Watching. If you're new, we're bidding on Kiss. Let me give an update on this. This is a 2014 remaster, which I think is now, these Kiss albums that contain inserts like posters, the Love Gun, they don't print those as often because I think there's more cost, a little bit extra step. But this is what this is. It's an exact, you know, I sell so many sealed copies, we never get to show what they look open. But I tell people, they're very nice. I've kept several from my personal collection, including their first album. Their first album's always haunted me to find a true original in really good condition, so I kept a 2014 we got one time that was remastered and opened. So high bid on Kiss is 43 of George Buchanan. Cameron Nance needs to put back 90s collected, and I think I'm caught up now. So back to the vintage stuff. George Michael, Faith, $34.99. George Michael, Faith, $34.99. That is probably going to sell very quickly. Cha-Cha D or More, Dean Martin is $9.99 for Dean Martin. From Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee, with Hype Sticker. Never seen that. Contains the hits Hurt and For the Heart. Elvis is $14.99. In shrink wrap, Nas 2 is $34.99. 1971 Presswell pressing. Nas 2, Todd Rundgren, $34.99. Original SGC label, $34.99 for Nas. Elvis Presley, this is a 77 pressing. This album originally came out in 1956. This was Elvis's true first album. This one right here. This was his first LP, Elvis Presley, self-titled. This is a 77 press, $29.99. And Pink Floyd Ummagumma, $59.99. Pink Floyd Ummagumma, very nice copy, $59.99. And John Cougar, Nothing Matters and What If It Did. John Cougar, $19.99. Original inner sleeve, very nice. Van Morrison, recorded live, is $39.99. What's this one actually called? That is It's Too Late to Stop Now, 2LP live, $39.99. Kiss, 45, 46, 48. Dennis Nelson was first to George Michael. Arthur, you were second. Stephen third. Craig fourth. That's Nas 3, isn't it? Nas 3. Nas 3. Yes, Nas 3. Thank you, Brent. Sherry Darnell, first on Van Morrison, and Patty Williams, first on John Cougar. George Buchanan, you were second on Van Morrison. ABBA's Greatest Hits, $19.99. The Kinks, Misfits, that's in shrink wrap, $19.99 for the Kinks. And Linda Ronstadt, Living in the USA, picture disc, $24.99 for Linda Ronstadt. Alan Parsons Project, Ammonia Avenue. This is a sealed copy from 1984. That is sealed. No saw marks or punch outs either. Brand new, $29.99 for Alan Parsons Project. Blue Cheer is $29.99. This is from, it looks newer. I don't know what's really going on here. A later album they had out. Yeah, Blue Cheer 7, $29.99. Didn't know they were still putting out music that late. Marshall Bassett, first to the Linda Ronstadt picture disc. Auto Salvage is $39.99. This is a 1968 Rockaway press. Auto Salvage, very clean vinyl on the RCA label. Alan Parsons Project, Stereo Tommy, $19.99 in the original blue bag it came in. Stereotomy, I usually pronounce it both ways. Stereotomy, Stereo Tommy. No one's ever really said. I've asked multiple times. Adam Ant, Strip, $24.99. Adam Ant, Strip. Usually if they don't correct me in the comments, it's like, well, no one else knows either. $9.99. Ambrosia, Rhode Island. Jean-Luc Ponte, Cosmic Messenger. This is a super disc. This is $49.99 from 1979. Never seen this one before. Cosmic Messenger, $49.99. And T-Bone Burnett, Truth Decay, $19.99. Final call on Kiss. Jimmy's at $49. Stereotomy. John Young said stereotomy. Brent Rabel said stereotomy. I guess that's the same thing. Stereotomy. What is, we're going to have to get somebody who really knows the ins and outs of phonics. Horselips, Dance Hall Sweethearts, $19.99. Horselips, Dance Hall Sweethearts, Steve Morse Band, The Introduction. And that is $14.99. Steve Morse Band, The Introduction. Oh, here's another one. Al Jarreau, All Fly Home. This is a MoFi pressing from 1979, $54.99. How strange. I didn't know that was on MoFi. Mountain Twin Peaks is $29.99. And Elton John Friends is $19.99. Final call on Kiss Dynasty. Final call on Kiss Dynasty, and that's $49 to Jimmy. Final call. Jarreau. I don't know about all that. We have John Cougar Mellencamp, The Lonesome Jubilee, $19.99. And Heart Magazine, $34.99 picture disc, $34.99. Eddie Murphy, Comedian picture disc, Eddie Murphy Comedian picture disc, $24.99. And Billy Idol, how cool, another picture disc, $29.99. I guess that's self-titled Billy Idol, $29.99. Let's see. Tommy Flower says, in the song, That was, oh, he might have been, maybe that's what stereotomy means, maybe. Roger Ramjet, first on Mountain. Marshall Bassett, first to John Cougar. Michael Nath, first to the Hart picture disc. Billy Humphrey, you were second on John Cougar. Arthur Maldondo, first to Billy Idol. All right, Jimmy LaCroix gets the Kiss Dynasty for $49. That is sold to Jimmy for $49. Don't worry, there's more Kiss coming up, including Rock and Roll Over. You don't have any pressing information on the back of this one. It's in shrink wrap. It's very nice, and it has the original inner sleeve. And this is Kiss Rock and Roll Over. If this has the stickers with it, I'll do a backflip. No stickers. No stickers. Sometimes John puts notes. Let me make sure it's not tucked down in the inner sleeve. Where are you, sticker sheet? They're already stuck on somebody's high school notebook from 1977. They're long gone. This is got the original inner sleeve. This is a $35 start. Kiss Rock and Roll Over. That's in shrink wrap. It's not a club. I don't see any blue teardrops. It does have a tear right here in the cover. It does have a tear right there in the cover. The rest of it's in shrink wrap though, so pros and cons on the cover. Vinyl look very clean. That's a $35 start. I don't think I've missed anything. Bob Seger, Stranger in Town picture disc, $34.99. Star Wars, The Return of the Jedi picture disc. Wow, we got a lot of picture discs tonight. Cool ones too. Star Wars, Billy Idol, stuff I hadn't seen before. $39.99. Frampton Comes Alive, $39.99. That has the original card and plastic with sleeve it came with. Roy Buchanan's second album. We had a repress the other night. Here is a red Polydor OG, $19.99. Paul Brothers wants the Eddie Murphy picture disc from earlier. Yeah, that's another one I'd never seen before. The Spencer Davis Group with their new face on, $29.99 for Spencer Davis Group. Chuck Berry Rock and Roll Rarities from 1986, 2 LPs, $34.99, and the Kinks Sleepwalker, $19.99. The band Stage Fright. What's going on with this cover? It looks like it got folded incorrectly. What's going on here? I've never seen this before. It's like some kind of flip insert on it. Oh, it's Canadian, that's why. Some kind of Canadian alternate version with some kind of cover slip on it. This is $34.99. The band Stage Fright. $34.99. Brand X product. Brand X is $19.99. Sherry Darnell wants the Bob Seger picture disc. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. And we have a final call on Kiss for $35. A guitar's all right, John, but you'll never earn your living by it. That is $39.99. I'm pretty sure that's what John's mother told him. You can play a guitar, but you'll never make any money doing it. $39.99. We found another Leonard Skinner Nothing Fancy. San Francisco's Shiver. San Francisco's Shiver. $149.99. Pressed in 2000. San Francisco's Shiver. $149.99. John's aunt. Wasn't his mom, John's aunt. Thank you. The Rod Stewart album. This is sealed. Very cool. That's his first album. It's a gatefold. Could this possibly be OG? $39.99. No, it's not. It has a formerly or previously released sticker. It is sealed though. It's a gatefold. Rod Stewart album, $39.99. The Beatles Live at the Star Club is $39.99. And the Yardbirds, featuring performances by Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, and Jimmy Page, $39.99 for the Yardbirds. I always like that cover. The Golden Groups is $19.99. That's 2 LPs in shrink wrap. And Symphony for the Devil, Laibach, L-A-I-B-A-C-H, Bach, Laibach, $19.99 from 1988. Kiss is at 36, so Calvin, you're out. The Spencer Davis have I'm a Man on it. No, I don't think that's on this album. No, it's not. And Michael Nath wants the Golden Groups. Let me run through these titles one more time. There's some good stuff in here. Pay close attention. Calvin Ward, just so you know, you're out on the Kiss. Fred Carnell wants this here that I wasn't for sure on the pronunciation. Well, we're going to sell that to Fred. And let me take a drink of water right quick. I definitely need it. Tanner's going to do the same. Seth, you want to drink some water too?
Cheers.
I won. What a relief. Whew. I've still got pinball fatigue. Seth said I got to shut up about the pinball. Seth's just jealous. He's never been able to beat me at anything. Dean Martin, Cha-Cha D or more, $9.99. Elvis Presley in shrink wrap, $14.99 with a hop sticker. I never had seen that before. Elvis Presley, $29.99. Pink Floyd is $59.99. Nas 3 is $34.99. ABBA's Greatest Hits is $19.99. The Kinks Misfits, not the Misfits, $19.99. And Alan Parsons Project is sealed from 1984, $29.99. Calvin Ward, let me know if you're out on the Kiss. If not, I got to sell that. What's the tracks on the first Elvis? And Alex wants Elvis. Let me read off the tracks of this one. Blue Suede Shoes, I'm Counting on You. I Got a Woman, One-Sided Love Affair. I Love You Just Because, Just Because. Tutti Frutti, Trying to Get to You. I'm going to sit right down and cry. I'll Never Let You Go, Little Darling, Blue Moon, and Honey, Money, Honey. That is $29.99. All right, so Debbie, let me know if you want that one. And then Alex, let me know which one you want. And is Elvis Presley Boulevard on a tan label? David, we will check that right now. Yes, it is. Probably OG of that one with that hop sticker because I had never seen that before. Blue Cheer was $29.99. We also have Auto Salvage, Stereotomy with Alan Parsons, Adam Ant, Ambrosia, Jean-Luc Ponty, T-Bone Burnett, Horse Lips, Steve Morse Band, Al Jarreau, Elton John, the Star Wars picture disc, Roy Buchanan, Peter Frampton picture disc, Spencer Davis, Chuck Berry, another Kinks album, The Band, Canadian, Brand X with Phil Collins. That was $19.99. The John Lennon 10-inch bootleg, San Francisco Shiver, pricey record, sealed Rod Stewart, Beatles at Star Club, and no one has claimed the Yardbirds yet. What's the color label on the first Elvis Presley? This is not an original. This is a 1977. I will still show you the label though. It's black RCA. Black RCA. Can you show the Jean-Luc Ponty again? Jean-Luc. Gotta say that French. Yes, so the cover is about VG+. It's a super disc from Atlantic. 1979. First track is Cosmic Messenger. $49.99. The Star Wars picture disc. The Star Wars picture disc was $39.99. $39.99. Pricing edition on the Yardbirds. Gatefold cover shows minor signs of wear. Just a little bit of hint of ring wear at the top. Other than that, not much. Nothing really wrong with the spine. Yellow Epic label, very clean. I don't see any marks there on side 4. And that is $39.99. It's Elvis Presley. Yes, this is available if you want it. Mike Cochran wants Jean-Luc. Austin passes, so that's sold to Mike Cochran. Austin, I'm going to pass right now on Star Wars. Just had somebody ask about it. We can talk about that one later if it's not sold. And Paul says he'll take it if other guy passes. Okay, so Austin, if you want that as sticker, it's yours. If not, it's sold to Paul Brothers. And then Debbie wanted the track on Elvis Presley Boulevard. Craig just sent it to you. Craig just sent it to you. So let me know if you want that, Debbie. He just posted the track listing. I've got another Kiss auction. Let's do Destroyer. This is not a first press. Wait a minute, we hadn't sold Rock and Roll Over yet, but I don't think Calvin ever bid again. So let's sell that to Jaco Belli Dante for $36. That's sold to Jaco Belli Dante for $36. Okay, next Kiss. Destroyer. Original inner sleeve. I don't think it's a true first press, but this one looks maybe not like a, it's not much of a late reissue, but it's very clean. Very, as y'all know, Kiss records are usually kind of beat up. Just their nature. This one here is very nice. We'll call that a vintage copy of Kiss Destroyer. $35 start on that. Nice cover too. Nice cover. $35 start on that. All right, I'm changing crates. Unless there's any objections or anybody else want anything out of there, let me know. And of course, just like the other night, we'll probably run back through some of these titles one more time. But until now, that's all that we have. Isn't there another crate of vinyl over here I hadn't been through, or was that it? There's all the Rush. Those are all sold. How many crates have I been through? Did we sell that much? I thought I had 3 crates. And I guess we went through most out of that one, right? Have I been through this one? I've been through that one. Maybe that one's the one that's really full. We just sold a lot of it out there. So yeah, we had 2 full crates in that one. So the only thing I've got right now is some stuff to show from last week, but I'm not going to do that. I'd rather show new stuff here in this bin. So let's keep going with new vintage arrivals. New vintage arrivals. We have Kiss 35 and now Kiss 36. That's the high bid on Kiss. Now Kiss is at 40. New vintage arrivals. I'll keep going with these. Spirit, 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus, $19.99. Spirit is $19.99. Twice as Cool. The Hits of Kool and the Gang. Wow, never seen that before. $24.99. That's because it's a UK pressing. Kool and the Gang. The Hits, $24.99. 2 LP. Big Science, Laurie Anderson, $19.99 for Laurie Anderson. Melissa Manchester, MoFi pressing. Does have some wear along the top spine. That's $39.99 from 1980. Heart, self-titled, is $19.99. And The Romantics in Heat, $24.99. Randall says he'd give $12 for Elvis Presley. I don't know if anybody was watching the other night. We sold an entire bin of Elvis records. We literally went to the back to our Elvis section and sold it. And I think y'all remember I was saying we've been selling a lot here in the store. I woke up this afternoon to a text from my mom, and she said, "Where's the Elvis records? People's been coming all day asking for them." And I said, we sold every one of them the other night on the live sale. This is sold to Randall Jackson for $12. So I got to tell John, it will blow his mind once again that we have sold probably 100 Elvis records that was out there in that bin in just a month or two. So Kiss 36, Kiss 40, Amy Hutchings on the self-titled Heart. Don't worry, we just picked up like 2,000 in Dallas. Every bit of 2,000. There's no telling how many Elvis records was in that Dallas stuff. I mean, we were filling up crates, and a lot of it was like this many of the same album. It was a bunch of them. Huey Lewis and the News, Sports, $19.99. Everybody's always looking for that one. Nick Lowe, Labor of Lust, $24.99, 1980 UK. Spencer Davis Group, their first LP. This is a German repress, $19.99. $19.99. Michael McDonald is $14.99. Are you doing more lives next week? We're doing them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Almost every night, we're going to be on here selling records next week. David Tate on Huey Lewis. We got to make up for missing one this week. Loverboy, Get Lucky, $19.99. Everybody's working for the weekend. The Best of Leon is $19.99. And Jay Giles, The Morning After, 1971 German pressing. 71 German pressing of Jay Giles, $24.99. David Tate got Huey Lewis, 20 for the Yardbirds. I'll have to pass on that. And Cameron Nance on AIC Facelift. That's sold to Cameron Nance. If anybody else wants Alice in Chains, those are $36.99. Dakota wants Loverboy and Kiss Destroyer. High bid on Kiss Destroyer is Dennis Nelson at $40. That's going twice, going 3 times. Adele, 21. This is a 2011 pressing, which is the original release year. $34.99 for Adele 21. Martin Pryor also wants an Alice in Chains facelift. That's sold to Martin Pryor, $36.99. The Spencer Davis Group, Living on a Back Street, $19.99 for Spencer Davis Group. And Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs is sealed. Pharaohization, $29.99. John Lennon, Imagined. That's in shrink wrap, $34.99 for John Lennon, Imagined. That's in shrink wrap, $34.99. Kiss Destroyer. This is sold to Dennis Nelson for $40. Let me put up another one. I've got 2 more Kiss to auction. Please have a gun in it. These things never have guns in them. That's why when we do have them, we sell them for like $120 or something. Kiss Love Gun. No weapons with this one. Let's take a look at the vinyl. Very clean though. Very clean vinyl. I see one scuff there. Yeah, pretty decent copy of Love Gun here. He also has no condition notes on this one. I don't know if that means it's OG or what. No, it's not, because it has a club sticker on the back. So this is a club pressing of Kiss Love Gun. I don't know if the clubs came with a gun, so I'm assuming they did, but if they didn't, then this one might be not missing anything. $35 start on Kiss Love Gun. Bob McKinney wants an Alice in Chains facelift. That is $36.99. Let's see. What did I miss here? We have Kings of the Boogie, Canned Heat. Never seen that one before. $29.99. Austin's at $36 on Kiss Love Gun. Blackjack. It's shaped like a deck of playing cards. $19.99 for Blackjack. I think that's the name of the album too. No, maybe. I guess that's the name of the album. I think. Yeah, here's the spine. Blackjack, self-titled, $19.99. The New York Rock and Roll Ensemble, $19.99. And Elvis Back in Memphis. Elvis Back in Memphis, $29.99. That's a tan label, LSP 4429, tan RCA Victor label. David Tate first on Blackjack. Greg, I read off the 10 people who were getting Cult Love. Did we print that out? If so, I'll read it again. What year on the Imagine? Well, I'll put it to you this way. It has the original inner sleeve, and it's an apple pressing. I can't say it is 1970 when this album originally came out, or 71. What year is it? 70 or 71? Right around there. But it definitely could be. And it's in shrink wrap, and it's a very nice copy. It's not a capital reissue, and it's definitely a nice copy, and that's $34.99. Three people wanted Blackjack. David Tate was first. Shapes of Sounds, the Satelliters. Wow, what a strange looking group. That is $37.99 from 1997, Germany. $37.99, the Satelliters. Tim Buckley, Greetings from L.A. from 1972, $59.99. Tim Buckley, Greetings from L.A., $59.99. Psychedelic Lollipop, Blues Magoos, $39.99. $39.99. Joe Ives says he'll take the John Lennon Imagine. I've been selling a lot of those lately. The first 10 people on Imagine. Who just asked? Greg Preston. Greg, I think you were a little bit too far down the list to get in on the first shipment. Actually, Greg, names are hard to find on here. Tommy Green, Rich Record, Jeff McIntosh, Jeffrey Walker, Jug Jefferson, Scott Smith, Sherry Darnell, Shane McKinney, Greg Rogers, and Kyle Gregory. Who asked? Was it Greg that just asked? Yeah, no, that was Greg Preston. Greg, let me make sure you're on here. Greg Preston. Greg, are you sure you were in on the original? You may have commented later, but I don't have you in on any of the original 27 pre-order list. I'll have to go to make sure I get that order right on the post. We'll definitely make sure everybody gets them in the right order, but I don't see you on that original list. Clay Moore wants Psychedelic Lollipop. Final call on Kiss Love Gun. Austin has that for $36. The Iron Man, the music by Pete Townsend, 1989 with booklet, $19.99. Sticks, Caught in the Act. Sticks is $34.99. Sticks, Caught in the Act, $34.99. Pete Townsend Scoop. This is a sealed copy from 1983. $39.99 for Pete Townsend Scoop. $39.99. That is sealed. Tower of Power in the slot, 1975. $34.99. $34.99. 1975. Pete Townsend, Chinese Eyes, $14.99. 30th on the list. Okay, so yeah, you probably commented later. That's not a completely updated list as far as people at the very bottom. We got 10 copies. The other ones should be here next week, barring some unforeseen incident, like the UPS truck gets abducted by aliens. They should be here. If that happens, that'd be pretty wild. Tangerine Dream, Poland, 1984 German pressing, $34.99. Vandergraaf Generator, God Bluff. The Vandergraaf Generator, God Bluff on Charisma, 1983 UK, $34.99. And John Lennon, Double Fantasy, $19.99 for John Lennon Double Fantasy. Katie Lang, Shadowland, the Owen Bradley Sessions, $14.99. Lone Justice, self-titled, $14.99. Madonna, Causing Commotion, 12-inch single promo, that is $14.99. And Hugo Smooth. Hugo Smooth. Is that what that says? $34.99. Big Time Records. Hugo Smooth. $34.99. So we got Imagine, Lollipop. Elvis Back in Memphis is sold. Any Rush available? Lots of Rush available. What's the bid on Love Gun? It is sold. This has been up for a while. I already did a final call. Austin Cauldron has that for $36. That's sold to Austin for $36. Jason F. on Adele 21. That was a little bit further back, but I have it. And no, Elvis Back in Memphis is still available, Trey. Elvis Back in Memphis is $29.99. Tan RCA label. Elvis is still available, $29.99. I do have another Kiss auction. This is Lick It Up. Lick It Up is a $35 start. I think this is an OG. This is an OG. Original inner sleeve, Kiss Lick It Up, $35 start. That's on Mercury. Kiss Lick It Up, $35 start on that. Mike Post wants Elvis. Trey, that's yours if you want it. If not, that is sold to Mike. And the Greg Ken band with the Naked Eye. Greg Ken is $14.99. Whoville wants a Rush self-titled box. I am sold out. We have a waiting list. We had 12 copies when tonight's show started. I have 0 left. So if you want on the waiting list, let me know. We should have them next week. We'll invoice you when they're in. But if you do want one Whoville, I believe you're a first-time buyer. So please let me know so we can send you an invoice. There's the link. If anybody wants to go ahead and send us their information, if you're thinking about buying something or if you've already bought something and you're not in, that link right there, please click on that, especially if you're on YouTube, and fill that out. Julian Lennon, Valette, $9.99. This is what? This is a 3-track single from Valette, $9.99. Trey says Mike can have it, so Mike Post gets Elvis. Eurythmics is $24.99. Eurythmics self-titled. Little Feat, Dixie Chicken, $39.99. Don't get this one too often. Little Feat, Dixie Chicken, $39.99. There's Julian Lennon. And this is the Eurythmics. I got out of order here. Liverpool 5 Arrive, $29.99. Is that sticker residue? Yes, this is sticker residue right here. Kiss Lick It Up. High bid on that is Greg Preston at $36. Brian Hummel was first to Little Feat. And Josh Ragland was second. OK Jazz, $19.99. OK is the label. This is a jazz compilation from the OK label. Various on Epic. That is $19.99. David Tate's at $38 on Kiss. The Sam Sham Review, 1967 white label promo, $29.99 on the Sam Sham Review. The Flying Machine in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $29.99 for the Flying Machine. Brent Rabley, you were third on Little Feat. Did Fishbone ship this week? I don't think those are due out this week. Nava Soda Rootin' is a 1972 white label promo, $49.99. New Order Ceremony in a Lonely Place, $99.99, 1981 UK. Is this New Order? If it is, I've never seen this one. New Order in a Lonely Place, $99.99. Wow. Greg Preston's at $39 on Kiss. John Young first on the Flying Machine, and Brian C. was second. That reminds me, with a price like that, $99.99, whoever claimed that Beatles 7-inch, there's two things I just remember, Tanner. One, I got an email. Whoever bought that Beatles 7-inch that was $100, they want to put it back. And second was we got to remember to key in all those 45s. They're still in the office. Yeah, we got 2 crates of 45s to key in. And I don't have any more tonight, but I'm going to go back through all the ones I've showed this week and try to make some deals on them. Okay, Flying Machine went to John Young. Brian C. second. High bid on Kiss is $40. And Toby Grimm wants New Order. That's sold to Toby Grimm. Treacherous, A History of the Neville Brothers, 1955 to 1985. That is $26.99. The New Colony 6, Attacking a Straw Man, $24.99 on the New Colony 6. The Heartthrobs, Cleopatra Grip, 1990 picture disc, $19.99. Deep Purple Fireball, 1985 picture disc from the UK. Didn't know they did a picture disc of that. $49.99. That's from 1985. Peter Frampton, Premonition, $19.99. And we have who? Mojo Nixon, Get Out of My Way. Some kind of clear vinyl with a large custom label. That's $19.99. How much for New Colony? New Colony 6, Attacking a Straw Man, is $24.99. $24.99. New Colony 6. Need NC info for first. What or added info? Okay, thank you. So yeah, what happens is when we sell out of something, we put you on a waiting list. If there's a Rush album available for me to order, I'm going to order it and make sure it's in stock. Just like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. There's a couple artists. If we can get their albums, we're going to keep them in stock. Now, when we sell out of something, we keep a waiting list. Whenever they come in, we fill those lists. It's pretty much like a pre-order, but it's something that we just sell out of, and we keep you it's kind of like a back order, I guess is the right title for that. So thank you, Whoville. We will invoice you the Monday whenever they come in. So it means if we get them in on Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll show them. I'll read off the list, but you won't get an invoice for it until that Monday, and it ships for $7. The week those come in, you can buy anything else you want to get in on combined shipping for $7. That's how we invoice. How much for Greg Kinban? I think that was the next comment. Greg Kinban was right back here, Gavin. Greg Kinban with the Naked Eye Gold Stamp promo, $14.99. Next was the Shiva's Headband Commemorative Collection. Looks like it's signed and numbered by somebody. Number 259. 2011 number, $24.99. And the interview picture disc of Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode interview disc, $24.99. The Dean Martin Songbook, volumes 1 and 2, 2LP, $19.99. Kiss is sold to David Tate for $40. We had a couple more fly-by-nights come in. Paul Brothers and Belinda Daub, Dakota. I think you've already got one, though. We've had fly-by-nights come in 3 times this week, and they just shipped about 25 more. So by next week, we will have everybody's fly-by-night filled, and we'll have extras to sell. So if you want on that extended list, please let me know. John Stevens wanted Mojo Nixon. I missed that. I see it now, though. You're right after Whoville saying he added information. John Stevens, I got you pulled. All right, I'm just going to read through titles of what's left in here, and then I'm going to do a crate from that Murfreesboro collection. I've got more vintage arrivals to go through, but I do want to go through a crate from the Murfreesboro collection. I want to go through that stuff. I worked on it last night. Tony Peter Frampton was $19.99. Spirit, if you need prices or information, just let me know. Spirit, the hits of Kool and the Gang, Laurie Anderson, Big Science, Melissa Manchester, Mo-Fi, The Romantics in Heat, Nick Lowe, Labor of Lust, the Spencer Davis First LP, Michael McDonald, Best of Leon Russell, Jay Giles, Morning After, German Press, Spencer Davis Group, Living in a Back Street, Sam Sham, The Pharaohs, Sealed, Canned Heat, Kings of the Boogie, New York Rock and Roll Ensemble, Shapes of Sounds, The Satelliters, Tim Buckley, Greetings from L.A., the musical by Pete Townsend, The Iron Man, Sticks Caught in the Act, Pete Townsend, Scoop, Tower of Power, Pete Townsend, Chinese Eyes, yep, Tangerine Dream, Poland, Vandergraaf Generator, and John Lennon Double Fantasy. Brian C. on Romantic. Andy, everything in here is sticker price. Brian C. on the Romantics. That has Talking in Your Sleep on it. What a great song. That's sold to Brian C. Bill Toe wants Sam the Sham. That's sold to Bill Toe. Gary Samuels, Kool and the Gang is $24.99. The next cheapest way you can get a Kool and the Gang hits is their Music on Vinyl Collected, which is $46.99. For 2 LPs of Kool and the Gang's hits, this has Celebration on it. What's their other? Get Down on it? Man, it's a UK press, $24.99. And Gary, scratch that. Andy Wade's going to go ahead and claim it. That's $24.99. Patty the Sticks was Caught in the Act, 2 LP live. That was $34.99. Michael McDonald, Scott Westskittle. Michael McDonald was $14.99. $14.99. Katie Lang, Shadowland is $14.99. Lone Justice was $14.99. Madonna Causing Commotion, $14.99. Hugo Smooth, Greg Kinban with the Naked Eye. Julian Lennon, Eurythmics, self-titled. Liverpool 5, Arrive, and the OK Jazz sampler. Do you think these guys were trying to feed off the Beatles' success, making their band name Liverpool 5? Every time I see that, I was like, they were just trying to feed off the Beatles. Katie Lang, Leslie Holt. Let's see. Alan wants Spirit Price. The 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus was $19.99. It's a gatefold on the reprint. It's on a black Epic. That's not the original label. Very clean copy, though. Leslie got Katie Lang. Next was Canned Heat and Spencer Davis Price. Spencer Davis was, let me find that one. I know Canned Heat is right here. Kings of the Boogie, $29.99. That's still available. And did we already pass Spencer Davis, or maybe I hadn't got to it yet? I don't think I've got to that one yet. Sam Sham Review, that was a white label promo. Navasota Rudin, History of the Neville Brothers, The Heart Throbs, Cleopatra Grip, Deep Purple Fireball, Peter Frampton Premonition, New Colony 6, The Depeche Mode Interview, Shiva's Headband Picture Disc, and Dean Martin Songbook. Dean Martin Songbook. Deep Purple was $49.99, and let me find what I did with Spencer Davis Group. It's somewhere in here hiding. I flipped through these a couple times, and it's hiding somewhere. Let's see here. Or was that in the last crate? Spencer Canned and Spencer and Loan. Or maybe he was claiming those. Maybe I misread that. Brent says Canned and Spencer and Loan, but he commented something before that. Canned and Spencer and Loan. Spencer Davis, I think, is in the last crate. That's what's confusing me. But let me know if you do want Canned Heat and Loan Justice out of here. Deep Purple was $49.99. Depeche Mode was $24.99. The Sam Sham White Label Promo was $29.99. White label. That looks weird seeing that. Next was Melinda with Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode interview disc. Depeche Mode interview disc. That is $24.99, Melinda. Who asked about that? Depeche Mode. Yes, $24.99 on that, Melinda. The Neville Brothers, yes. The Neville Brothers was Treacherous. The History of the Neville Brothers, 2LP. That's from Rhino, $26.99. There's a Spencer Backstreets in here. Let's see. Let me go to that other crate. There's Canned Heat. Bryn Rabley wants that. And we're also going to pull him the Lone Justice. Unless somebody asked about that earlier. But until now, it's sold to Brent Rabley. Melinda wants the Depeche Mode. So those two are Brent's. That is Melinda's. This is Brian Hummel's, which is the Neville Brothers. And there's a couple other things I got to clarify in here. Now, we've had some offers which have been in the ballpark of like 25 and 30% off. I took some offers earlier. Tony Murphy offered $17.99 for this. I have it marked $19.99. I'm not going to say no to that. Sell that to Tony Murphy for $17.99. If there's something you want to make an offer on, go right ahead. Most new arrivals, I usually don't discount. If we're close, it's going to be like a couple dollars off. If that's keeping you from pulling the trigger to buy it, I'm probably going to go ahead and sell it to you. However, if you start offering $5, $10, or earlier we had somebody offer $30 less than what I had something stickered, probably not going to take that. But if something's marked 20, you're not going to buy it at 20, but you would pay 18, I'm going to sell it to you. But, you know, if it's $14.99, it's probably going to be sticker price right now. So that's how we do that. For me to discount something 25%, they've got to be here about 6 or 8 months. These have never been out for sale. Some nights, I don't do that though. Some nights I go ahead and start taking offers. Depends on what kind of mood I am. If I drink a cherry limeade right now, I may change my mind. Right, Tanner? He said probably. Well, I'm currently fasting, so I can't eat till tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So, or no, tomorrow at 4:30, which will probably be 6 o'clock. Seth, you're fired. Seth just got fired. Okay. There's your bingo card for the night. Seth, you're fired. What was I going to do? Let me get behind the counter and get the crate of new stuff. What are you over here doing? Playing RuneScape? Yep. Seth's over here playing RuneScape, and he's on the clock. This is why you're getting fired. Goodness gracious. I'm running a tight ship here. Okay? There's no piddly paddling while you're on the clock. You could be over here putting stuff on Discogs and pricing Japanese vinyl. You could open up one of those Japanese shipments. We can start auctioning it off. Okay. Let me take a drink of water. As CEO of CollectCo, every minute is important. Every morning is important. We were celebrating Tanner's birthday. Okay? No, he went home and I played pinball by myself for 4 hours. Then I came here and I priced records until 8 o'clock. I don't miss a day of work, I promise you that. Yes, I was at the arcade. I also came here and worked until 8 a.m. Barcades, dangerous. In shrink wrap with hop sticker, $9.99. Congratulations, we have reached the time for a Murfreesboro bin. There's some blues in here. There's some rap and hip hop. There's jazz fusion, there's blues, and there's a couple things I don't know really what genre to put it in. Like the Barcades. I'm not really for sure. I guess that's... What genre is the Barcades? Dangerous. That's $9.99. Make sure, what is RoomScape? RoomScape. RoomScape's a RoomScape. So, I really can't explain it. Let's see. Do you fast for 16-8? The other way. Fast for 18, and then you get 6 hours to eat. I have not changed my diet. In 5 days, I've lost 10 pounds by fasting. I haven't really changed my diet either. Green onions, Booker T and the MGs, $19.99. One Night Stand, Sam Cooke Live. This is a legacy vinyl, really good sounding record, $49.99. Sam Cooke Live at the Harlem Square Club, $49.99. Ray Charles, What I'd Say. Ray Charles is $19.99. That's a wax time. And we have the great Ray Charles, RTI Rhino pressing. That's only $19.99. I figured those would be selling for a little bit more. So Ray Charles, and Ray Charles, The Genius Hits the Road. $19.99 on that. $19.99 on that. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anything. Any Presley. Not tonight. We're probably done with Elvis for the night. Barcades or Soul. There you go. Barcades, Funk, Soul. Probably Funk, Soul Fusion. Probably you could put it in there. Don't want to backtrack. Promise there was Spencer Davis in the last crate. You kept flipping past it. I think you saw this record right here from the previous crate, Brent. Let me go through this crate. Or maybe maybe you're right. Let me go through that one more time. Brent says he promises. Brent is a man of his word. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything in there. And then somebody asked about the OK Jazz. That was $19.99 for OK Jazz. I think Michael Nath asked about that. Now, where is this Spencer Davis group? It wasn't the one I was looking for. That's the problem. Right here. I was looking for the older one we had earlier. This is on Vertigo. Spencer Davis group. That's also sold to Brent Rabley. Now, the first new comment was Tony Caldwell. He was first to Booker T. Tony was first to that. Michael Nath second. John third. Michael Nath wants the great Ray Charles. That's sold to Michael Nath. It's Taco Bell. I hadn't ate Taco Bell in about a week or a half. That's probably why I've lost 10 pounds. Butterfly, Mariah Carey, $24.99. This is a reissue, 180 gram pressing from 2020 of her 1997 album. It is the full album, $24.99. Al Green, the Bell album. Al Green is on pink vinyl, $19.99 for Al Green, the Bell album. Aliyah, One in a Million, $24.99. Some of these are new 180 gram represses like that one, $24.99. And Average White Band is $14.99. Very clean copy. Some of these OG records like this, it looks like he just opened them and they were played once. The arcade was in Nashville. Michael Nath says, OK Sold. That was here out of this last crate. OK Sold. And this is OK Jazz. And that is sold to Michael Nath. Paul Brothers wants the Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey. Not claiming, just pronounces. That's Aaliyah. Aaliyah, thank you. Tommy Flowers on Average White Band. James Brown, Sex Machine. This is Today Disco Soul. $29.99. I guess that's the name of the album. I've never seen an original of that before. In all of my record buying, I've never had an original of this album. $29.99, not even Beat the Heck. James Brown, Please, Please, Please. I have had originals of that, but they were Beat the Heck. $19.99, those are both direct metal mastering. Mary J. Blige, My Life is $59.99. $59.99, that's the 2020 version. Tyrone Davis, Turn Back the Hands of Time. $19.99 for Tyrone Davis. Gloria Estefan, Let It Loose, Miami Sound Machine, $14.99. And Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly, RTI, $49.99. Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly. Young Gifted in Black, Aretha Franklin. This is on yellow vinyl, $19.99. Aretha Franklin, Young, Gifted, and Black. Colin Butler. Did I miss something for Colin? Colin, was that a claim or did I miss something? And Patty Anderson Williams wants Gloria Estefan. That's so to Patty. Michael Nath first on the Roberta Flack. And Spring Forward. Yeah, it's actually 11 o'clock already. Aretha Franklin, Amazing Grace is $29.99. Aretha Franklin, Amazing Grace. This is a 2LP. I think this is Friday Music. No, it's just a new reissue, $29.99. Colin says, JB. I must have missed when he originally put JB. All I see is please, and then JB, please, please, please. James Brown. Okay, so which one? I don't see where you initially put James Brown, but they're yours because no one else claimed. Oh, maybe it is. Of course. I thought it was like he was claiming something and he was saying, please, he wants it. My bad. We got it figured out. Four Tops, Reach Out. This is $49.99. This is a German speaker's corner. Reach Out. I'd like to listen to this because this has some great songs on it. Of course, Reach Out, I'll Be There, Walk Away, Renee, Bernadette, and then If I Were a Carpenter. That's a great one. That's a speaker's corner, $49.99. Alex Roman, we've already sold the great Ray Charles. We have What I'd Say, and we have Hits the Road. Michael already got the other one. The Fifth Dimension's Greatest Hits is $9.99. The Best of Dionne Warwick, that's a Barnes & Noble exclusive. The Best of Dionne Warwick, $24.99. And Prince, I never can get these titles right. This is $24.99. Prince, first time on vinyl, limited edition, purple with lenticular cover. He makes his titles. I guess this is when he wasn't even Prince. This is the artist formerly known as Prince. I think that's when he was using that symbol. I don't really know for sure, though. We have to bring in Doug to figure that one out. Brian C. on Prince. He was first of that. Scott J. on the Fifth Dimension. Tammy, you were second to Prince. And I've got another Prince. Let me skip that one, and we'll show Queen Latifah. All Hail the Queen. Queen Latifah. Clear red vinyl. Limited edition. $24.99 for Queen Latifah. Make sure I hadn't missed any. The Best of the Spinners. This is from Friday Music. New 180 gram remastered Friday Music. $24.99. The Best of the Spinners. Leslie Holt first on Queen Latifah. That's sold to Leslie Holt. Sister Sledge. An original with hype sticker. We Are Family. $14.99 for Sister Sledge. We Are Family. There's the other Prince. This is $29.99. This is called Originals. Prince Originals. $29.99. The Tramps. Disco Inferno. This is really cool. Has the hype sticker. Original. Contains the hit single Disco Inferno. The Tramps is $19.99 in shrink wrap. Sister Sledge sold to Aaron Gardner. Jamie Miller first on the Prince. The Tramps is available. The Temptations is $39.99. This is the Temptations #1 hits. This is on Target. Blue. It's supposed to be blue. They don't really look blue to me. Translucent blue, I guess. More of teal. That's the Temptations #1s. This is an excellent compilation. It said it had some positive reviews on sound quality, but yeah, this is the great stuff. My Girl, Get Ready, Ain't Too Proud to Beg, Beauty's Only Skin Deep, I Know I'm Losing You, I Wish It Would Rain, I Could Never Love Another. That looks cool. Target, that is $39.99. Ike and Tina Turner, Working Together. Respect the Classics 50th Anniversary Edition in shrink wrap. $19.99. That's a new repress. The Sex Packets. 2 LP blue vinyl, $29.99. And yes, it has the Humpty Dance on it. Sex Packets is $29.99. First to the Temptations was Dennis Nelson. Trey Mendenhall, you were second. Dr. Dre, 2001. This is uncensored. $34.99. Dr. Dre, 2001. Snoop Dogg and Eminem on there. Eminem, the Marshall Mathers, $99.99. Let me think on this one. This was the 2008. This was the 2008 Marshall Mathers. This record right now is unavailable. That's why it's so pricey. And this is $99.99. $99.99. Yeah. Okay, Temptations. Dennis Nelson, first on Digital Underground. That sold to Dennis Nelson. Next was Alan Jonathan. Jason F. was third. Dennis Nelson was first to Dr. Dre. Yvette was second. Martin Pryor was third. Martin Pryor's first to Eminem. Marshall Mathers. Big Mama Thornton, Sassy Mama, $19.99. Philip Walker, Tough as I Want to Be. Philip Walker's $14.99. Red Hot and Blue. This is all-time great rhythm and blues songs. Red Hot and Blue, $14.99. I remember this one. Dirty Computer, Janelle Monáe, $29.99. Janelle Monáe, $29.99. Michael Nath first on Big Mama Thornton. Tommy Flowers on Red Hot and Blues. Arrested Development, 3 years, 5 months, 2 days, $29.99. Arrested Development. And Grover Washington Jr., a perfect copy of Wine Light, $14.99. Michael Nath, you were second on that blues comp. Soulville, the Ben Webster Quintet, $39.99. Soulville, the Ben Webster Quintet. Chris Kirkley, first on Arrested Development. David Sweevil, you were second. Weather Report, I Sing the Body Electric, $14.99. Okay, time out on the weather reports. We're about to hit a string of weather report records. Please comment the name of the album. This is one I'd never seen before, The Body Electric. So comment Body or Electric or I Sing, something like that. I think we're about to do about 7 weather report albums in a row. Before I do that, we just sold some hip-hop albums that we still may have in stock on new vinyl. Let me go over here and see if that's true. I see Wu-Tang, Outkast, Cypress Hill, Missy Elliott, Puff Daddy, The Weeknd. That's more, I got Tupac, Jamiroquai, lots of Beastie Boys. There's another Eminem. I may show that in just a second. But some of those Dr. Dre's, I probably need to order some more of those because I had a stack of them over here in the store and they're all gone. We sell the heck out of those here in the store. Those Dr. Dre's and Eminem albums. And yeah, they're all gone. Boy, this hip-hop bin over here is thin. I got to stock up on some hip-hop and rap. And soul and jazz. That shelf over there is looking anemic. A couple weeks ago, I stocked up on metal. It's all gone. I can't get any more of some of those titles. Now I guess I need to do the same with hip-hop. Okay, so Alan, you were first to the weather report. You're first to that one. And the Tupac was the one. It's the All Eyes on Me 4LP. I think it's $99.99. I'll show some of those in just a second. Let's finish this crate first. Domino Theory, $14.99. Domino Theory. Sweet Nighter is $29.99. Sweet Nighter. This is an RTI press from Friday Music. Tailspinning. Tailspinning's $14.99. Self-titled. In shrink wrap with hype sticker. Self-titled, $29.99. Live at the Fox Theater, $19.99. Sportin' Life, $14.99. This Is This, $14.99. Mr. Gone, $14.99. And different artists, Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets self-titled is $14.99. Beanie Wallace, Twilight Time, Gold Stamp promo. Beanie Wallace, that's on Blue Note, $14.99. Beanie Wallace. Sound of Joy, Sun Ra and the Orchestra. Same thing with Sun Ra. I think we got 3 or 4 Sun Ra albums here. This is Sound of Joy, $24.99. John Ambrosic wants Mr. Gone by the Weather Report. That's sold to John. Cosmos, Sun Ra, $19.99. Cosmos. So we have Sound of Joy, Cosmos. Michael Nath wants the Benny Williams. That's sold to Michael Nath. Sun Ra, Space Ways. That's Record Store Day. Colored vinyl, limited to 2,500. $19.99 on Sun Ra. Sun Ra, Janus. Yellow and black swirl. $24.99. Unless that's pronounced Yanis. It's either Janus or Yanis, one of the two. Spyro Gyra, or Gyra. Gyra. Let me think on this one. It's Spyro Gyra. Morning Dance, $14.99. That's actually really good stuff. I like listening to that. Colin Butler wants Space Ways. That's by Sun Ra. Sell that to Colin Butler. I can't remember what I said the first time. Steps Ahead, Modern Times. Steps Ahead, Modern Times is $9.99. Shadowfax, Shadow Dance, that's $9.99. Carlos Santana, The Swing of Delight, $14.99. And McCoy Tyner, Counterpoints. McCoy Tyner, Counterpoints. That is $19.99. Let me read through that crate one more time. See anything you want? Let me know. We have the Barkays, Dangerous. Sam Cooke Live. What I'd Say, Ray Charles. Ray Charles, Genius Hits the Road. Al Green, The Bell Album. Aaliyah, One in a Million. James Brown, Sex Machine. Mary J. Blige, My Life. Tyrone Davis. Aretha Franklin, Young, Gifted, and Black. Aretha Franklin, Amazing Grace. Four Tops, Reach Out. The Best of Dionne Warwick. The Best of the Spinners. The Tramps, Disco Inferno. Ike and Tina Turner. Philip Walker. Janelle Monáe. Michael Nath wants the McCoy Tyner. Sell that to Michael Nath. Grover Washington Jr. Ben Webster Soulville. Weather Reports. We have Domino Theory. Sweet Nighter. Tail Spinning. Self-Titled. Live Unofficial. Sport and Life. This Is This. Then Yellow Jacket, Self-Titled. Sun Ra, Sound of Joy. Cosmos. Yanis. Spyro Gyra. Steps Ahead. Shadowfax. And Carlos Santana. Aaron Gardner wants the Barkays. I've got, I think, 2 crates left of the Murfreesboro collection. That's it. And then it's all going to be gone. Sex Machine. James Brown. Sex Machine is $29.99. Anybody else? I've got a crate of vintage new arrivals to go through next. I feel like I need to go through a crate of at least one. I need to go through at least one crate of new vinyl that maybe from earlier this week, just to remind everybody. However, we did sell out of a bunch of stuff already, so let me set these right over here. And we'll go through this next crate of vintage. Let me make sure there was nothing in here I meant to pull, either for myself or I was going to put it for auction. Let's see what we have in here. I remember this crate, though. Some pretty interesting stuff in it. Orchestral Maneuvers. Always an easy sell. 9 Inch Nails? What the heck? 9 Inch Nails. Didn't know we had this in the back. This is 9 Inch Nails. $35 start. Get Down, Make Love. Sin. Yeah, Sin. That's the actual release of this one. From 1990. Has a little bit of spine damage right here. Front of the cover looks all top. Has some edge wear. It has wear on the edges at the top. Not so much at the bottom, but on top and spine. That's an original from 1990. $35 start. Colin needs to put back the Sun Ra. The Mary J. Blige was $59.99. Mary J. Blige was $59.99. Okay. Let's see what we have in store right here. We have a crate of new vintage arrivals. Yes. No, it came from that one. That's the Murfreesboro stuff. Okay. Bee Gees, Odessa. is a 1969 UK, $69.99. 69 UK has some chips in the felt, but other than that, I've never seen a UK of this. Odessa, that is $64.99 BGs. How Hard It Is, Big Brother and the Holden Company. How Hard It Is, $34.99. Bad Company, Run with the Fox, $19.99, foil cover. Eddie Brickell and the New Bohemians, $29.99 for Eddie Brickell. Brent Rabel is in on 9 Inch Nails at $35. Big Brother and the Holden Company, Be a Brother, $29.99 from 1970. Doug Sam, Jukebox Music, $24.99. Walter Carlos, Clockwork Orange, Trans Electronic Music for Productions, Inc. That's $19.99. Odell Brown and the Organizers, Ducky, $19.99, 1967. Second Contribution, Sean Phillips, $19.99. Johnny Nash, Let's Get Lost, $19.99. You Surround Me, Erasure. Erasure is $9.99. The start on this is Nevermind, Michael Naff's at $40. Next claim was Jason Daub on Bad Company. And then we have a new buyer. Let me try to figure out what this ID says. Homerage 7? Homerage, maybe? Homerage 7? That's how I'm going to have to say it. If anybody's got any other suggestions, or maybe some of these YouTube IDs are cryptic, and I'm like, I keep saying them wrong, and they're like, oh, this says something. And I'm like, oh, I see that now. But I believe we have a first-time buyer, so thank you. I'm going to pull the Sun Ra Cosmos for you. Ham 7. Yeah, we may have to abbreviate it Ham 7. We're going to send a link for you to fill out information so we can invoice you for this. There's the link. Click on that. Fill that out. Please do that even right now if you can, as soon as I get done speaking about this. We'll invoice you on Monday, $7 shipping. Hopefully you can tune in for the rest of the night, add to your order. We're going to be going through hundreds of more records in the next couple hours. Hundreds of more records. So Sun Ra is sold to, we'll call that Ham 7 for now, unless there's a way to actually say that. Michael Nath was at 40 on 9 Inch Nails. Colin Butler on the Clockwork Orange. That's sold to Colin Butler. Next was Mike Massey. He was first to the Erasure. Then, Mike Massey. Then Chris Kirkley. Then Leslie Holt. Then Jamie Miller, 9 Inch Nails 43. Can I see the labels on Odessa again? You can. Odessa, boy, I hate to hold this. It feels so funny. It's like I don't like the feel of felt. It makes it, it's like nails on a chalkboard, but I don't know how to explain that. There's the labels. UK pressing. It says Abigail in the white box. Made in England. Very clean vinyl. It does have a little bit of spine chipping there, and a little bit here. There's pieces of the felt. I just don't like the feel of that. I prefer it in its sleeve. Let's see what the gatefold looks like. There's the gatefold. 9 Inch Nails is at $45 with Michael Nath. That's going twice, going 3 times, because Brent says he's out. Eddie Brickell price. This was, can't believe no one claimed it, Scott. $29.99. Like wooden ice cream spoons. Right, it's like trying to eat ice cream. It's just don't feel right. Just not something right with it. The Walker Brothers. The sun ain't going to shine anymore. $34.99 on the Walker Brothers. Free Man, Happy Man. Mike Williams. Edie Brickell. I knew that. Not Eddie. Mike Williams, Free Man, Happy Man. That is $24.99. Will and the Kill. Will and the Kill. Gold stamp promo. $14.99. Madonna, Borderline, 12-inch single. $14.99. Joe Walsh, But Seriously Folks, $19.99. Blue Savannah, Erasure. $14.99. Another Erasure single. $14.99. Pictures at an Expedition, $19.99 for Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Madonna, Borderline. This is some kind of alternate promo. $39.99. Final call on 9 Inch Nails. We had a new bidder, and that may have got him. Fred Carnell's at $46, going twice, going 3 times. Mike Massey first to Erasure. Earthquake, Why Don't You Try Me? Earthquake is $19.99. John Cale, Artificial Intelligence. Artificial Intelligence, $29.99 for John Cale. 1985. Tony Shore on Border. There was 2 Madonna border lines. Let me know which one you want, Tony. There's this one, and then what looks like a promo. Earthquake, John Cale. Another erasure, Love to Hate You, $14.99 from 1991. Joe Eli, High Res, is $14.99. Horselips, The Man Who Built America, sealed, $24.99. Sammy Hagar, this is a 1977 red vinyl promo. Catch the Wind and Red. Sammy Hagar, 45 RPM. That is $19.99. Let me get that back in its place. Mike Massey said, never mind on this erasure, but Melinda was second. So that one sold to Melinda. Tony Shore wants the white label promo of Madonna. And 9 Inch Nails is sold to Fred Carnell at $46. Tony Caldwell first to the Sammy Hagar promo. Horselips, already showed that. The Hondells, Go Little Honda, $29.99. Ian Hunter, You're Never Alone with a Schizophreniac. Ian Hunter, $19.99. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, Gold Stamp promo, $29.99 for OMD. Bill Nelson, Vistamatic. Vistamistic, what's that say? Bill Nelson, this is $14.99. Vistamix. Vistamix. Looks a lot easier there. A lot easier to read, that is. $14.99. Michael Nath first on Ian Hunter. And Fred Carnell on Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. The Nice, Greatest Hits, $24.99. Another Bill Nelson, Flaming Desire and Other Passions, $14.99. Godly and Cream, $19.99. Godly and Cream. The Essential, Ramblin' Jack Elliott on Vanguard, $24.99. Whistle Rhymes, John Entwistle, $19.99. Walter Egan, Not Shy, $19.99. And Flo and Eddie. Did somebody draw on this, or is that how it's made? I think that's how that's made. It had a promo sticker. Somebody was going to try to peel it off. I don't know. Back in the day, a lot of people peeled off promo stickers. They thought, uh-oh, it says not for sale. I've ended up with it. I better peel this off. If they only knew. $24.99, white label promo of Flo and Eddie. John Stevens wants Bill Nelson. Let me know which one you want, Flamin' Desire or Vistamix. I've got 2 there, John Stevens, you can pick from. Michael Franks, Tiger in the Rain. That's a super disc, $39.99. The Firm, in shrink wrap, $24.99 with a hype sticker. It has some writing. Somebody originally had it out for $8.99. That might come off if you put some alcohol on that, rubbing alcohol or something. That actually can come off, that Sharpie on the shrink wrap. That's on the shrink wrap. $24.99. John Stevens wants both Bill Nelson's. Brian C. was first to Flo and Eddie. And Jason Dobb wants the Firm. Hadn't seen a Buck Owens. We had some in the half-off bins the other night. You must have not been watching. We had 2 Buck Owens back-to-back, $5. Speaking of half-off, for those that's still sticking around right now, we'll do some half-off in here just a moment. We may take a break because I don't have those crates ready. I know we started late tonight, but I'll need to assemble those half-off crates. So if we do pause tonight, it'll be here as soon as probably this crate's over. And then we'll do half-off. And when we come back, we'll go back through everything tonight. We'll try to make some deals. We'll go through some new vinyl here in just a second. And then we'll do just half-off part 2. As long as y'all can stay awake. Flame, Queen of the Neighborhood, $14.99. There's the Firm self-titled, $29.99. The Firm self-titled. Bill Nelson, The Love That Whirls. That's a 2LP, $19.99. John Stevens may want that one too. Moby Grape 69, $29.99. And Erasure. This one, the sleeve has fell off of it. Erasure is $9.99. This is Chorus, $9.99 for Erasure. John Stevens on Bill Nelson. That's sold to John Stevens. 2001, Diodato. 2001 for Diodato. Mr. Dave, David Lindley. I think he just passed away. Worked with Jackson Browne. If you listen to any Jackson Browne albums, you'll probably see some of his work on there with him. David Lindley, $24.99. Bobby Darin, 1936 to 1975, white label promo, $19.99. And Bonnie Raitt, Green Light, $9.99. Mike Massey on Erasure. He said, never mind. Got that one too. That means it goes to Chris Kirkley. That goes to Chris Kirkley, and Brent Rabley wants the David Lindley. That's sold to Brent Rabley. The Honey Drippers, Volume 1. Honey Drippers is $24.99. The Age of Electronicus. I have this in my collection. I kept it from years and years ago just because I thought it was a really cool cover. And then I listened to it, and it's actually quite interesting. The Age of Electronicus. This is the Moog synthesizer by Dick Hyman. That's a command. Is this quadraphonic or... No, it's just that command, ABC command label. $29.99. Leslie Holt on BR. That's Bonnie Raitt. The Honey Drippers is the Page Plant side project. Dave Edmonds. Subtle as a Flying Mallet. $9.99 for Dave Edmonds. Dave Edmonds Twangin'. $14.99. Jackie DeShannon. You're the Only Dancer. $9.99 for Jackie DeShannon. Jerry Lee Lewis. Never seen a picture disc Greatest Hits from Sun. Original Sun Greatest Hits. It's by Rhino. Picture disc. $24.99. Colin Butler on Moog synthesizer. Jason Daub on The Firm. Jason Daub on The Firm. That's sold to Jason Daub. Johnny Burnett Rock and Roll Trio. $24.99. Johnny Burnett. Johnny Burnett Rock and Roll Trio Tear It Up is $29.99, and this is actually on blue vinyl. This is actually on blue vinyl. If you can't afford or can't find, not really can you afford, but you can't find that original. That's got some of the same songs on it. Mark Barbosa on the Honey Drippers. Walter Savage on Jerry Lee Lewis picture disc. That's sold to Walter Savage. The Louisiana Hayride, original historic performances of Levi and the Rockettes. $19.99. Never seen that before. Mitch Ryder, Sock It To Me is $14.99. Sly and the Family Stone, a quadraphonic press of their greatest hits in shrink wrap. Perfect. $34.99. That seems like a good deal to me. And quadraphonic Edgar Winter Group. They only come out at night. Where's our quad buyers at? $34.99. David Johnson and what's his name? Santana Abraxas quad. $37.99. Santana Abraxas. Sir Douglas Quintet, the best of, $24.99. Jerry Nichols. He was asking for them last night. Let's see. I'll take the Edie Brickell, but I'd like to put back the Neville Brothers. Okay, so that was claimed tonight. Brian Hummel needs to put back the Neville Brothers, but he does want Edie Brickell. That's sold to Brian Hummel. I'll take that. I'll show the Neville Brothers in case anybody wants it. This is the best of the Neville Brothers, 55 to 85. That's $26.99. So we pulled Edie Brickell. Tommy Flowers first to the Hayride. Then Sly and the Family Stone. We have Josh Ragland first. I love Sly and the Family Stone. That's sold to Josh Ragland. Jason Daub was second. And Brian C. was first to Santana Abraxas. All right. And here we go. Johnny Burnett. The Johnny Burnett Rock and Roll Trio Tear It Up on blue vinyl was $29.99. And the Johnny Burnett Rock and Roll Trio Tear It Up, that's just a different version on black vinyl, $24.99. All right, let me read through those titles one more time very quickly. I'm just going to read titles. If you want prices or information, please stop me. I will pause and figure out what you want. And we have How Hard It Is, Big Brother and the Holding Company. Big Brother and the Holding Company, Be a Brother. Doug Sam, Odell Brown and the Organizers. Sean Phillips, Second Contribution. Johnny Nash, Let's Get Lost. BG's Odessa. Walker Brothers, The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore. Free Man, Happy Man, Mike Williams. Will and the Kill. Joe Walsh, But Seriously Folks. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Pictures at an Exhibition. Madonna Borderline, Single. Earthquake. John Cale. Joe Eli, High Res. Horse Lips, The Man Who Built America. The Hondells. Jerry Douglas, The Sir Douglas. Jerry Nichols was $24.99. $45 for the Nice, Sir Douglas, and Mitch Ryder. I'll have to think on that one. We have the Nice Greatest Hits at $24.99. Godly and Cream is $19.99. The Essential Ramblin' Jack Elliott is $24.99. John Entwistle Whistle Rhymes is $19.99. Walter Egan, Not Shy. Michael Franks, Tiger in the Rain. Flame, Queen of the Neighborhood. Moby Grape 69, 2001. Diodato, Bobby Darin. Dave Edmonds. Jackie DeShannon. Johnny Burnett. Mitch Ryder, Edgar Winter, and the Neville brothers. Susie Breedlove wants the Joe Walsh. Brent Rabley, if you want Sir Douglas Quintet, it's yours for $24.99. If not, it's sold to Jerry Nichols. And if those three end up passing, it's sold possibly to Wayne. It's next is Jason Dobb, second on Joe Walsh. Jason Dobb was second on Joe Walsh. Anybody else on that crate? Doug Sam. Doug Sam was, I have a feeling right here. Doug Sam, Jukebox Music, was $24.99 as well. That's in shrink wrap. $24.99. And now Brent the Nice and Mitch Ryder. Let me see what's left in here. I knew you was interested in those. There's Mitch Ryder, and let me find the Nice Greatest Hits. I have a feeling that was right in here somewhere. Kind of right in the middle of the crate. The Nice, maybe not. Maybe it was near the front. And let's see here. Might as well start from the beginning. This is what happens. Records start hiding on you. Accidentally flipped by two at the same time. John Cale was Artificial Intelligence, $27.99. And what was the one he just asked about? I misplaced that. The Nice. That might have been in a previous crate. Was that in the previous crate? If so, because it's not in here. And then Charlie DeFrank said Shadowfax. That's also in a previous crate. Either people's got bad connections or they're waiting for stuff to come up for a bundle deal much later. That is sold to Charlie DeFrank. You just passed it. It must be in here. See what I'm saying? If I don't actually read off the titles, I'm talking, I'm not paying attention, and I'll pass. There it is, the Nice. Okay, best price on these right now would be $12 and $22. That'd be $36 for both of those. $36 for both of those. Okay. And that's sold to Charlie DeFrank. Anybody else on this crate before we change gears? I may go through some of our... Let me do that actually. Put these here. Let me get everything, or at least some of this stuff condensed. There's that. We put these in here. Tanner, I'm about to hand you some empty crates. Is that okay with you? Tanner says he would love some empty crates. There's that. That first crate of vintage check condition, it's pretty much all gone. I'll put what's left right there. There's that. Moving right along, there's the Murfreesboro stuff. That's a crate I just recently went through. Let me put that one right here. Is this crate? Right here. $35. I'm not going to let a dollar kill a deal. Sell those two to Brent Rabley for $35. I need this, and I need a few of these, and a couple of those. It's like Rodney Dangerfield when he's in the pro shop at Caddyshack. Give me a few of these. I'll take a couple of those. I can't just talk as fast as he can. Very funny. Okay. Some new vinyl. Sisters of Mercy, First, Last, and Always by MoFi. New and sealed, $39.99. I've still got Overkill. This is a 2 different volume, Volume 1 and Volume 2, live in Overhausen. Those are on colored vinyl. They're $36.99. That's Volume 1, Volume 2, and another 1 and another 2. Overkill. 1 copy of Korn left, self-titled, $56.99. Back down to 1 Korn again. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. That is $34.99. Ken Crooker on Overkill Live. Ken, I'm assuming you want volumes 1 and 2. That's 1 and 2. Jerry Nichols says he needs to put back Sir Douglas. So, Brent, that's yours for $24.99. If you pass, and it could possibly go to Wayne. Somebody might end up with that. $34.99. Iggy and the Stooges, Raw Power Live, $26.99. Bush, live in Tampa, red vinyl. That's a 2LP live, $31.99. Testament, Souls of Black, $48.99. Korn, Life is Peachy. Korn, Life is Peachy. Music on vinyl, $49.99. Korn, Untouchables, $33.99. Korn, Untouchables. Overkill, Taken Over, $34.99 for Overkill Taken Over. Nirvana Unplugged. We've sold a bunch of these tonight. This is the new restock of the 2LP. 2LP of Nirvana Unplugged. Gatefold, $33.99. 90s Movies Collected. New released. We're down to one copy after this one got put back. Or did we have a waiting list? You put this one back, there may be a waiting list though. 90s Movies Collected. See if there's a... I think we had a couple people waiting on that. And that is $46.99. So Brent Rabley wants the Sir Douglas that Jerry Nichols put back. Jay Conde wants Korn Untouchables. That's so did Jay Conde. Wayne passed on Sir Douglas. Brent got it anyway. And 90s movie hits. If you're not familiar with this, it's hit movies of the 90s. It's songs. It's a compilation of those hit songs from those movies. That's what's going on with this album. That was a 2-piece bundle to Brent for $35. Testament. Ken Crooker, I've got you down. Ken Crooker, I've already got you down for that. So one more time, that's 90 Movies Hits Collected, Nirvana Unplugged, Overkill, Untouchables, Life is Peachy, Testament, Bush, Iggy and the Stooges, Judas Priest, Korn, Overkill, One Set of the Lives Left Now, and Sisters of Mercy. And let me put the rest of the Nirvanas in this crate. Ken, I've got you down for Souls of Black. Consider that sold already to you. You were on a waiting list. Let me put the rest of these in here. That's some of tonight's. Also, if you have the waiting list for, what's those other Testaments? Can I see this stack right here? Let me take these waiting lists. Let me remind a few people. Rush self-titled box sets. Here's the most recent waiting list tonight. If anybody wants a Rush self-titled waiting list, we got to pull a Permanent Waves. Gin Blossoms Live. The Testament album tonight was Demonic. Testament Demonic, we sold that one earlier. Frank Sinatra Collected. Bill Withers Mo-Fi. Miles Davis Bitches Brew Mo-Fi. Bee Gees Timeless Greatest Hits. Tool Undertow. This is some stuff we've already sold out of. William Shatner, Silk Sonic, and Testament The Gathering. That's the two I was looking for. Those are 2 Testament titles that I feel like maybe some people missed earlier. If anybody wants those, there's your waiting list and stuff we need to pull. Wayne, I will message you as soon as the sale's over, or please send me a message because I got to do that tonight. I kind of forgot about that, the Adam Hart Mother, because there's some other people wanting it, but I'm sure we'll be able to reach a deal on it. And then one more time, let's do this very quickly. Ken Crooker on 2 Testament waiting list. That's what I thought. Yes, 2 Testament. I figured Ken or at least one other person would want those Testaments. That's why I bought them, and I meant to show them a little bit later while everybody was watching. Leonard Skinner Nebworth, System of a Down self-titled, Obituary, Man of War, Overkill, The Electric Age, and then the new Bush album, The Art of Survival. Can I get the MOV Korn albums? You sure can. So Life is Peachy and self-titled. There's Life is Peachy and they're self-titled. Those are sold to Randy Davis, 1 and 2. New Bush album is $36.99 on white vinyl. Overkill's on green vinyl, The Electric Age. Man of War is a music on vinyl pressing, $44.99. Obituary was also music on vinyl. And System of Down is $28.99. Coldplay. A Rush of Blood to the Head, $33.99, gatefold. These are all new and sealed. James Bragg wants the new Bush and a SOAD, which is System of a Down. That's sold to James Bragg, sold and sold. Also a restock of Korn, Follow the Leader. Follow the Leader is $33.99. This is the new Alice in Chains unofficial on red vinyl. This is called Freak Show. This is live broadcast from 90 and 92 on red vinyl. Those are $39.99. 10 Years After from Music on Vinyl. First time on vinyl, limited to 500, $38.99. And Dusty in Memphis. Dusty Springfield. This is a 2LP Analog Productions, 45 RPM, $69.99. Soul Asylum is $38.99. Soul Asylum is $38.99, 30th anniversary, 500,000 numbered copies on gold and black marbled vinyl, $38.99. Paul Beal on Alice in Chains, that's sold to Paul Beal. And we have plenty of Days of the New. If you don't have one already, that is $49.99. $49.99. So, Days of the New. That's pretty much tonight's newest vinyl and all the waiting list. Those are all still available. Okay, what time is it? Yes, let's pause there. I'm going to remind everybody two things. One, we're going to be back in 30 minutes. Give us time. I know we started an hour late, but rest of the night is going to be recapping vintage from months prior. If you're fairly new, you're probably going to see records you've never seen before, and they're going to be 50% off. I'm probably going to go find some stuff from like last March, last April, stuff we hadn't been through in a long time. In about 1 hour, we're going to go through a lot of records, 50% off or best offer. I'll probably try to get 4 or 6 crates ready. It'll be a Fast and Furious Part 2, half off vintage. Y'all know the drill. It's Saturday night. You don't have anything else to do. We'll be back from 11 to midnight. 11 to midnight approximately. Sometimes we stop at 11:55. Sometimes we go to a quarter after. That's what we'll be doing. But we will be back in 30 minutes. Don't forget about us. Please come back. And I'll also do new vinyl request. You know, if you're missing something or you need to make sure you get something for this week, a Rush album, a Tears for Fears, a Smashing Pumpkins, a Cult, a Tyler Childers, a Clash, a soundtrack, let me know. So that's what we'll do. No auctions, just 50% off. We're going to go through a lot of records. I'm actually, during the break, going to go figure out what we're selling. So we'll be back